Howdy, everybody, and welcome back to the 10th episode of the Vandalia Cinema Project. I'm joined, as always, with my co-host, Bobby.
What's up, everybody?
And today we're going to be talking about potentially the greatest movie of all time, Citizen Kane. Please stick around and see what we have to say about this classic film.
Okay, I don't even think there's any potentially to it. I'm gonna be completely for real with you. A little background here. This is my second watch of Citizen Kane.
Same.
I know of. So we're on equal footing here. We actually watched it the first time together too, as well, which is funny.
In theater.
This movie, mother freaking rocks, baby.
It really does. And it was a shock. Backstory. So our local theater does basically retro cinema. And you know, for years, I always hear Citizen Kane once again voted as the best movie of all time. And it just got to the point where I was like, enough. I have to go see it. I just don't believe it. It's never been on TV. I've never seen it on Netflix. It's never streamed anywhere. There's no promotion. Right. The only time I ever see anything said about this is just when that time of the year comes around. They're like, once again, back at number one. Well, we went and saw it, and I ate my words. I was like, okay, oh my God, I get it.
Dude, whenever you took me to see this movie, I'm a big movie hater. I hate watching a movie. And I was ready to 2 thumbs down shit on this film. I was ready to not like it. And it was great. It was great. And I will wager it was even better this time. I'm so happy to watch this movie again.
Same.
I'm thrilled. I understood 100%. It answered all the questions that I had from before.
I thought I had complaints.
It filled in. Yes.
I thought I had complaints, and I was wrong.
I have none.
I was wrong, I guess.
I don't have any. Spoiler alert. Perfect movie. Maybe not. I'm kidding. Facetious.
I don't know, man. Especially because I do give it a fat grain of salt for being from 1941.
Yeah.
Of course.
If I was alive in 1941, I would have saw this movie 400 times. I don't know. I'd love to watch some other movies from the 1940s because I bet they don't hold a flame to this.
Oh yeah, I would have been like, you see what's playing at the picture show? Come on, I've gone 3 times.
This movie has fantastic characters, fantastic character development. The directing of it is insane. The plot of it is amazing. Like the plot of this movie is great. It's one of my favorite plots of a movie ever. Yeah. It's that good. And I can't even think of anything, which I'm not a huge movie consumer. I can't think of really anything like it. It's like a commentary almost in this way, where there's nothing that strikes me as similar to this movie. No. Not in the same ways that this is.
Not really. It's, we're kind of, what are we? It's 84 years old.
My God.
Is that the math?
I don't know.
Minus 1941.
I can't do math. I can't do math at all.
I think that has to be it. Okay. 84 years old, 1 year short of 85, right? Let's just say, let's round
Results are in 84.
Just round up 85. For an 85-year-old movie, the first time and this time I watched, the camera techniques, I was like, wow. Yeah. They don't.
Yeah.
It impressed me by today's standards. And like, once again, I see how old it is. And there is some things I think that are dated about this. But there's other stuff that I have seen in old movies that this movie doesn't do, that would have dated it completely.
Yeah. And I completely agree with you. I don't know if you have any examples. I would be curious about that. I know for me, the way that this movie gets dated, and this would be my own, like, this is what maybe keeps it from being, and I'm comparing this shit to like Infinity War. Like I'm not holding any bones. This is like I'm movie to movie. I'm not giving it much room for error. One, it is in black and white. That's not a huge issue. I actually really think that's cool in older movies, etc. It's not a disservice.
I think sometimes it adds.
I completely agree. But my only thing is, I think that maybe sometimes that you can get a little too much darkness from the black and white and the poor camera quality of this 1940s ass camera that they filmed this movie with. That you kind of, there are some scenes where if I didn't watch it prior and I didn't know who was talking and I wasn't familiar with the characters, I would probably be a little bit lost on who was on the screen and speaking because I can't see their mouth.
There's a few scenes that are just like, we're in a pitch black room, you know?
Yeah, there's 4 people in here and somebody's speaking.
Yeah.
It's like,
and
well,
I read one of those scenes, it's intentionally like that.
Like that, I'm sure. I am sure.
And also, I don't know. I kind of wish because obviously watched this on a TV this time,
right?
You know, opposed to the first time we watched on like a big, huge theater screen. And I don't know if like the lighting, if the quality. Also, shout out Internet Archive. I watched this movie for free by watching on Internet Archive.
If you don't watch this movie, freak you, man. I'm trying not to curse as much, but for real, you don't have an excuse. It's 2 hours. Yeah, it's free. You could watch it on anything. I airplayed it to my TV. You watched it on Internet Explorer on your Xbox.
I did.
From what you told me,
my wife was.
You could watch it on your phone.
My
at
wife
work.
thought
like
I was
it don't matter.
Witchcraft. Never saw internet get
doing the dark
up.
arts.
She was confused. And I wish you could have heard her. She was like, "How are you on the computer, on the TV?" And I was like, "Are you 100 years old? What are you talking about?"
But it is inexcusable to not see this movie, and I get it. I don't know many people that have seen this movie because there are people that I talk to in passing, and they're like, "What's your favorite movie?" or "What's like And I mentioned Citizen Kane. And after watching it, I might like Citizen Kane more than Interstellar. I'll straight up throw it out there. Like, I enjoy Citizen Kane a lot. It's a great movie. It's really good. I do give it a little boost because it's from 1941.
It gets a boost. It does. It doesn't.
It gets a little bit of a boost.
But I think
watch this movie.
Some movies, if it was from 1941, I would automatically deduct a point off. So I think it actually says more that I want to give it credit for being so old than take something away from it.
That's a little bit of kind of what I'm wanting to get at with that, is that if you haven't seen this movie, and I'm sure that you probably haven't if you're listening to this, I get it. You have reservations. I had mine. It's a movie from 1941 and it's in black and white. I'm sure that you can assume what it is, and I'll promise you, you're wrong. Yeah. You're not correct. I was incorrect. I'm sure you were incorrect, unless you were just. This movie's nothing like I expected it to be.
No.
I think
how amazing! 85 years old, and you might not have anything ruined for you. No spoiler.
Oh yeah.
Like, you can go in completely blind. You know.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm super happy we haven't ruined or spoiled this movie yet, because we will hit I'll try to hit a spoiler warning in this episode before we do get like deep into it. But God, yeah, please watch this. It's a great movie. We've gone through 9 prior movies now, I guess, and pretty much every one of them has been the best of something. Most of the movies that we've went over are like on people's best of all time list.
Worst movie we went over is Tombstone, and it's like it's more of a fan favorite than it is like,
but it's still on people's best of all time list,
and it has some of the best. It has one of the greatest performances of all time. So it's we say it a lot, but this one is voted in from the public. It is the best movie of all time. I see it gets dethroned every once in a while, and
it does. I saw it's been recently dethroned by 2001: A Space Odyssey, which that's crazy in my opinion. But no disrespect to Space Odyssey, but that's crazy. I think that's crazy.
I see this movie compared to 2001. 2001 is like an experimental piece of art.
Yeah.
And I just, maybe catch flack for saying this, but when you're experimenting, I just don't think you can be the best because you're being like weird and you're being,
it's this,
this movie.
It's the same way that I feel about modern art. Like, I'm not a modern art hater necessarily. I do think there's cool things about modern art. There's some that's garbage for sure, but I wouldn't consider like the true like niche of modern art. I don't consider it not art, but it's not on any of my all-time lists. Like, I don't think it's comparable. It does push boundaries in a way. That's kind of how I feel about that.
Yeah. I don't even want to say anything about 2001 because I have like 30 jokes lined up for when we do it, and I don't. I don't want to read it. But my one single complaint of this movie that I have right off the top of my head, which is actually something that I see is praised in some modern movies. I think people talk to each other in this movie almost too realistically. It's like it's kind of uncanny. So like say me and you are talking, we're pausing.
Right.
But that's because we're recording a podcast and we know better.
Right.
You get into a room of your boys and like you'll start talking over each other a little bit.
Yeah.
This movie does do that.
They do that. Yeah.
Okay. And like it's more realistic dialogue, but where it's also the 1940s and they have transatlantic accents, they're like, hey, what'd you say? And it's like, they try to say, I can't hear you, boy, So it's like, I don't know. That's like the weirdest part of the movie to me.
I agree with you. I'll refute you a little bit because I and you'll agree with me on this as well. I'm not like directly combating you. The first time I watched this movie, I remember thinking the same thing. This time, that is something that I noticed is that whenever you have 5, 6, 7, 8, however many people in a room and they are talking at the same time, if you just you don't even have to pay attention to that shit because and this is great directing. Whoever it wants you to pay attention to, as soon as they start speaking, everybody else shuts the hell up.
You're right.
And
you're right.
That's extremely good, but it is weird. That's a weird thing.
It's just a product of the time, and I'd like to listen to because fun fact, Orson Welles, he came from radio. He did a lot of radio, and a lot of these people came over from his radio productions. I wonder if that's like a radio thing because I saw that this movie was credited in using some radio techniques in in like voice acting,
Yeah.
And I think that probably is the case.
I could see that. I was wondering the production credits at the beginning was some kind of radio company. I noticed that.
Yeah, it's his company.
That makes complete sense. Yeah. Okay.
And second fun fact: Orson Welles, 25 years old when he wrote, directed, and starred in this movie.
Triple Crown.
I can't say it on YouTube. I felt so much despair to learn he was 25 years old. I was, as the kids say, I was like, damn, I am chopped. I am I am washed. So you have 1 year.
I do have a year.
You have a year you could create.
I'm going to be on my Citizen Kane shit soon. Yeah. It's coming.
He's very, he did stuff before this, obviously. He's like, I looked into him a little bit. He was a pretty wild guy, and was very successful, did theater. And that even impressed me more because a lot of these old movies, whenever people were like moving from plays to film, they were talking too loud. They were screaming at each other because it's theater trained, and there's none of that in this movie. There ain't any times where I was like, oh, these people are in the wrong medium. Not at all.
No, not at all. And especially, like you said, for this to be Orson Welles' debut, and you mentioned that he brought a lot of his buddies from radio, basically. I didn't know that specifically, but I did know a lot of the cast of this movie. This is also their debut performance. They've never done anything else before it, so that makes complete sense, that connection there.
A huge portion. Orson, Awesome name, by the way. Love that name.
Yeah.
Named after
I
a
do
great
like that name as
grandfather,
well.
apparently.
Yep.
So we're talking early 1800s name. Sick.
Yep.
He started
ahead.
with this is the debuting of a good bit of people, and it tells you all at the end of the movie, which is cool. So much interesting stuff about this film. He's like even considered today as one of the all-time auteurs because he had more control over this movie than, like, I guess anybody ever had control of a movie before. I guess
Really?
production
That makes
companies back
sense.
then would literally come in and just change stuff wildly, kind of like how it is now. Like a Marvel movie isn't really written and directed by whoever it says it is. It's written by a room of 35 people, and it's directed by a computer. And then somebody gets to put their name on it. So, yeah, I guess he was just, and he was it's so funny. Apparently, whenever people from the production company would come by, he would make everybody take like a break, and they would he's like, go smoke everything you got, go drink until they leave. They would bust out into softball games until people from the production company left.
That's so funny.
He would distract them with magic tricks. He didn't want them to see anything. Didn't want to see the directing process, the camera work, anything. So cool.
That's crazy. Like that's a LeBron 2016 Cavs moment from Orson Welles here. He took the rock and did it himself almost.
He did.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he really did. Big, we're going to say Orson Welles a lot, and he deserves a lot of credit. He co-wrote the screenplay, and apparently there's even like a little bit of a ghostwriter situation on it a little bit. And
interesting.
There's like some controversy that he's not credited enough, but Orson Welles made public statements like, it's my movie. I paid him and I used what I wanted of his, but it's mostly me, for better or worse. Cool.
Right.
And then the dude behind the camera, a fella named Greg Toland, he helped come up with this directing style, and he helped, do this camera work and set the movie apart. This movie was a flop.
I was about to say, that's what I'll chip in a little bit as well. That's what I saw. It was a flop at first. So this movie's based off of, I think it's tycoon is the word I'm thinking of, because I was writing a little bit. This movie was based off of an actual newspaper tycoon.
Yes.
Very successful and rich and wealthy man.
That Orson knew.
Yeah, oh, really? I did not know that.
Yes.
So movie was based off of him, which is interesting. I'm gonna not spoil the movie here, but and then the movie came out and was a flop at first, and then the newspaper guy thought that the movie portrayed and painted him in such a poor manner that he accused Orson Welles of being a communist at the time, which basically just ruined his Hollywood career forever.
Tried to.
Yes.
It did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why he did it, because back then that's like,
that was it. Yeah. The movie then stagnated in popularity, I think, until the mid 50s, if I'm correct. And then there was a couple of French filmmakers that saw it, from what I saw on Wikipedia, and they were like, this is the greatest thing ever, and completely revitalized it. And it got re-released and performed excellently.
Shout out,
after
boys.
that. Yeah, for real.
Hey, thank you.
Crazy to think this would just be like we live in, this was 85 years ago. There's so many movies from that period that I've never heard of. I will never hear of them. Don't know what they are. No clue.
I think about this all the time. I think about it with music and books more so. Now, I'm not saying that in 2000 BC there was something as good as Graduation, but somebody might have been fluting crazy style, and we will never know. But with books, the greatest book ever written could just be lost to time and wasn't appreciated in the time that it came out, which happens with a lot of books. Some books came out and people are like, meh. And then 50 years go by and somebody's like, this is actually amazing.
Great.
And it stays. So, who knows what we've lost to time and relevance.
Just in that
and
cool
this movie,
way.
like, it got nominated for like 9 Academy Awards and won.
Only won
best screenplay. Cool.
Screenplay.
But dude,
Agreeable.
it was so hated. People like booed whenever they were announcing what it was nominated for. Like every time the name came out, they'd be like, "Boo, this sucks."
What? We can keep talking. I really want to know, and I don't want to take a pause. I really want to know what movies it was up against in, I guess, the 1941 Academy Awards.
I saw one, and it was won by a fellow named Ford, who made a movie called Stagecoach, which Orson Welles used as a blueprint to direct this movie. Fun fact.
Interesting.
So Stagecoach by I'll look it up as I'm typing, but apparently it's rumored that that Orson Welles watched this movie like 40 some times in a single month just to like steal the like, directing style. Yeah. And he even credited to say like John Ford, somebody was asking him, who trained him or something. He was like, "Oh, I learned from the old masters, John Ford, and John Ford." So shout out John Ford. John Ford looks so sick. Please Google him right now.
I'm gonna hit a Google on John Ford.
The first picture is insane.
Oh, wow. It's awesome, dude. Eye patch?
Yes.
Oh my God, he does look sick. I'd learn everything I could from him.
Yeah. He did Grapes of Wrath, and he lost out to the best picture that year was a movie called How Green Was My Valley. Never heard of it. So, shout out Orson Welles. You met your heroes and you defeated them. You became more notable in hindsight, but or not.
Even if he did copy it, I mean, he did such a good job with this that it's like he just saw the vision. It's you can't fault him. I mean, like, I'm sure it's seemingly the we're down the road historically. There's really nobody claiming that he's copied his work or anything, but so it worked out,
When I used to hear about this movie, and even after the first time I watched it, because I'll say this, this is regarded as the first modern film. And
interesting.
Yeah, I can see it. There's a lot of stuff
I can see it completely.
It's funny they said The Social Network was the modern Citizen Kane.
I
disagree, but
disagree completely.
I can see that like they are both films of the same types. There's movies that came out even past this movie that just don't have the same flow, the same essence as Citizen Kane, and it's crazy. So I thought, did he invent camera techniques? Did he invent directing style? Did he invent all this stuff? And apparently, no, he didn't invent anything. He just put it all together. I mean, I think there was, like I said, the radio techniques bringing over, but for the most part, he just put all this stuff together and just made the first modern film. And it's really good.
It's crazy. I don't know if you have any more like fun facts you wanted to say. I wanted to gripe on Rotten Tomatoes real quick, just because I saw one comment in particular and it just pissed me off. There's a few bad ones on there. 99% critics score, completely wholeheartedly agree with that. We're down to a 90% audience score. I don't think it was that low the last time I saw it. But there was I saw a 1/2 star Rotten Tomato review, which is funny because I didn't even think you could go that low. But basically the sentiment was that people were saying somebody said this is the most boring movie I've ever seen. And that would be easy to think, I think, that if you had half your brain not working. I don't know how you could possibly perceive this movie as boring. I've seen movies that came out within the last couple of months that suck ass, and this movie is way more mentally stimulating. I don't get it. Maybe they saw, I I'm gonna harp on it a little bit. I hit my mic. Oops. I'm gonna harp on it a little bit because I do think that this movie coming out in 1941 carries some prejudice with it. This isn't a bad movie.
As we're gonna like do the reverse now, as time goes on, instead of it being more appreciated, it is going to start getting more scrutinized, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's just gonna be so, like the people that saw it for the first time, it's gonna be just so unrecognizable to what you're used to that you're just gonna have like a repulse reaction to it, I think.
Yeah.
Because like, man, there's movies that are just not staged as well as this movie that come out every day.
No.
Even though it's black and white, there's no lighting and composition like there is in this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, how crazy is it? We'll go ahead and throw up the big fat, once again, spoiler warning. We're gonna get into it now.
We'll go ahead and get into it.
Light spoilers.
Get this shit out of the way. I'm in full spoilers, not light. Don't watch this movie before you watch past this point.
This movie encompasses a whole man's life, and 90% of the man's life is played by Orson Welles, except for the time where he's a small child, finds a kid that kind of looks like him.
Yeah.
But 1941 makeup, aging him up, like you can clearly
really
see that this is a different age on this person for all, even the side characters.
Yes.
Even the side characters. I have no idea how old anybody actually was when they filmed this movie.
I think the worst example of it in this whole movie, and this is my minor critique of this category, is his second wife.
I think so too.
I don't think it's that bad, but I think that she's the worst example. I'm going to go ahead and get that out of the way. Besides that, and it's not even that bad, this is fantastic makeup in characters.
Yes.
It looks, if it came out today, it looks great. Like, especially Orson, I think it does suffer a little bit from the technology. There's sometimes, especially whenever he's older and the light is shining directly in his face,
scary.
It looks sometimes a little uncanny. Yes. But then as soon as it goes to a side pan, you're like, wow, that's great.
Yeah.
It's fully convincing.
And I bet the technology is actually helping out a little bit, like the low quality cameras, which is cool though, because you're playing with what you got. And
that's a good point.
But
I didn't even think about that.
If they're only letting wood bats in the league and you got a metal bat, then hit a home run every once in a while. Don't tell anybody. So I mean, I just saw one review that said this movie has zero plot. Crazy, just insane. The dissonance.
I want to say that I think that's my favorite part about this movie. If I'm going to boil it all up, sum it all up, chop it, whatever, I love the plot of this movie. I am a big story guy. I also like the characters. I think it's cool because it does build its characters extremely well. This is one of my favorite stories in a movie, period. I haven't thought about this at all. We're in full spoilers. I love how it starts and ends. It kind of is like sandwiched in a way, similar to the way Grand Budapest Hotel was. You get your story in the middle, but it is a story about a man who came from nothing, basically, yet had everything. As a child, he had what he wanted. He had his family, had the whole entire world throughout his life, lost everything, essentially, that mattered to him and was dear, and died a sad man. And that's it. And it's a whole story about that. There's not a whole lot more to it than that. Like, that is the vibe and the feeling of the story from the first word to the last word.
This is where our brains will link up, because this movie has such a good plot that is all about discovering the characters.
Yes.
Yes. And getting into it, once again, insane for this day and age. It starts as a movie, and it's like weird, and it's like a little ethereal camera.
I forgot about that completely. Yes.
And it's like a close up on his lips, It's weird. And it's quick, dude. Like, if you went and got popcorn, you'd be like, what the fuck is this movie about? But
if I'm thinking correctly, it starts with the news report, right? It's like this is what's in the news.
This is before.
Okay.
It does the Rosebud before and dropping the snow globe.
Okay.
And then it goes into the newsreel. And the newsreel is crazy.
Yes. The whole Rosebud thing out the gate, this dude dying drop, you're like, what in the fuck is going on? What is this about? What's happening here?
The music, it's like kind of scary. This dude lives in like Dracula's castle.
Yeah.
He's in this weird, huge room. You get the close up on the ribs. It's so dramatic. And the music is like, it has like it's a chilling vibe to it. The Clash, he gets tucked into his deathbed, and then boom, newsreel. I love it because it's like, here's the whole movie condensed how we would do it on the news.
Yeah.
Here's this whole man's life story, but as a news report.
Yep.
So obviously it's missing all nuance.
Everything. Yes.
And then the newsreel stops and
that's so cool that it does that.
It's so cool.
It just gives you the whole movie almost in a way.
It gives you the whole thing.
And then it's like, here, I'll give you here's the butter on your toast.
And I looked into it, and apparently like this is all just so intentional too. Like this was no happy accidents, because he was like, I wanted people to like know that this is past tense. This is like,
right,
we're gonna uncover something here, and just get the gist out of it. Like, and it that really does help when you watch the movie, because you're like, oh, okay, poor, sold, rich, newspaper, married once, married twice, disbanded, drama and scandal, died. And it's like, so whenever this stuff pops up later, you're not like, what's going on? Because it's not like they don't really overplay it. Right. And they never over explain anything.
Yeah.
But you can just see so much, because of the earlier context of the film, you're kind of just like living it. And it's wild.
I can't, if it came out, there's so much you can learn from this movie. Even now, like, I feel like if I was going to be making films even now, there's so much beauty to this movie that exists that I don't see even today, that is intentional, and it does flow so well. This movie flows fantastically. Like, it's 2 hours, and it is a very easy watch, I feel like. I think you do have to pay attention to what it is, of course, but you could breeze through this. It's not bad at all. It constantly stays moving. Anytime it gets to a point where I maybe feel it could get a little stale, it moves right along and progresses the story.
Yep.
It's perfectly directed, I think.
So after the newsreel, what, man, just, it's so funny this is based on a real person. Like this whole what's his estate called? Zondu?
Yes. Something like that.
Something like that. And I mean, they're saying stuff I don't know what a Kubla Khan is. I don't know if it means like Grand Poopah. Like, is he the ruler, emperor of Zondu? 46,000 acre estate, just a huge castle.
Has everything.
What a set piece.
Yes.
I love
it's so cool.
There's just so much funny stuff. It's like the largest private zoo, 2 of each animals since Noah. Hilarious. It's like, wow.
Yep.
I mean, they just make it out like this dude. It's also funny that they're like, this man is worth $30 million. Now, adjusted for inflation, they're leading me to believe that he's worth $30 trillion in today's money.
Yeah.
And like, he's bought every statue that's ever been carved out of marble.
Yeah.
And every painting and all that. So
I saw earlier on the internet how, like, of course, with inflation, they've constantly like kind of moved the goalposts of where he's at, and it's in like I think 30 billion. But even then,
it feels
like maybe
more,
that's just in like liquid asset, like straight cash, homie. He's got $30 billion and he's spending it.
It feels way more, because like
it does.
If you wanted,
he has an untouchable amount of money, which not that 30 billion isn't, but
but like Jeff Bezos is worth more. But like, imagine if somebody just was like, and I mean, in today's age, I would have to think they would own a whole country. The way they're talking
Right, yeah.
about it, you know?
Yep.
And the castle, it looks sick. Every
Looks
shot in this
awesome.
castle looks crazy sick. But
Yep.
the newsreel ends and we're in the newsroom. And this is what I was
I
talking
love
about.
the pan out from that, the projector.
Yeah.
So
It's
sick.
insane.
Mhm.
This is one of the moments that it's intentionally dark because all these voices are
Yeah.
just the main characters of the movie. Orson Welles,
Yep.
Jedediah Leland, or well, that's his character name. But like every man that's in the movie a lot, they're the voices in the scene because they just didn't want to cast people just to talk in this room. So that's cool. It's crazy. That's intentional.
That is cool.
And it just sets the plot in motion. It's like, okay, well, is that good enough? And they're like, no, we need, how can you sum up not only any man, but this is like the greatest guy ever, apparently. Or like, and even great, not even like a good, bad, but like great, like Alexander the Great.
Yeah, like Alexander the Great, yeah.
And so like we need something more. And they're like, what about his last word? And this is such a good plot of just trying to find out what one single word means. Yeah. And it sets the whole movie in motion where it's like,
Rosebud.
Just go talk to everybody that was close to him who's left.
And and what a good word to pick too, which I can't talk too much about that, but it's awesome because the first time I watched the movie, and they even hint at it throughout the movie, you're thinking like, is it a girl? He's had all these like relationship troubles. Is it an object? What do we got here?
Maybe it's a racehorse. And I was like, that would be such a good racehorse name,
Yep.
And, it's like, what clue, what,
oh my God,
what
I love this movie, man.
Could be got from this.
Yep.
And, so the first person he goes to interview, I wish I knew more about like who the investigator is. I think his name's is it Mr. Thompson? I hate that I don't know. I'm embarrassed.
I think so. That sounds right.
I think it might be Mr. Thompson. But so he immediately goes and finds the diary of Charles Foster Kane's, his ward, he was the ward to him, his guardian.
Yeah.
And weird situation. This guy's dead, and he's just going through this diary, and of course it flashes back to their first meeting when he was a kid,
a child.
And this is one of the most famous scenes because this was new technology at the time. The whole scene is in focus, so you got like a mom close to the camera.
That's crazy to think about.
And then it goes through a room, goes through two rooms, out the window, the kids in focus playing in the windowsill, right?
Yep.
And the scene represents so much artistically and like for the story. So like the mom's up here and she's like, I'm selling the kid, right?
Yeah.
And then the lawyer's next to her. And then the dad, he's moving back and forth because he doesn't know what to decide. And then little Kane is through the window, innocent, removed from the situation. So... And they were, like you would have to do like multiple cuts to convey this emotion, but they're able to just do it in one shot, baby. Yep. And the camera floats in this movie and it moves so, interestingly for this technology. And I don't fully understand why they have to sell this kid.
That's what I was about to say. I also don't get it.
I get the gist.
Here's some questions, because I know this is that's what Mrs. Kane's boarding school is, what it is on the building. It's so she is his biological mother.
It seems so, yes.
I'm an assumption, and he is the biological father.
It seems so, yes.
It seems. Also, don't know why they're selling them. Their child.
So
don't know why this very rich, wealthy man is attracted to this boy either. Does it go over that?
I think so. Let me just tell you what I think. So I think it says something like they inherit a piece of property that has a mine on it. Okay.
You're right.
And
Yes.
it turns
Okay.
out there's
Yes.
something in the mine worth maybe gold. Let's just say gold to keep
Yep.
it simple. They have
Yep.
a gold mine, right?
Yep.
I don't know if these people are just so like hick and backwoods that they need, but this person just seems like they're going to manage their funds, right?
Yeah.
And it kind of seems that they're just trying to get rid of the kid so he could have a better life. He could get an education, and he needs basically like prepared to be this rich.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like he's getting like groomed or prepped, like a prep school,
Right.
just
Like
to be able to inherit all this money.
Gotcha.
Now, at the end, it kind of like at the end of the scene, it kind of alludes to maybe the dad's abusive and is a drunk, possibly the way he like kind of looks. And the mom even says, "That's why I'm sending him away, so you can't get him anymore."
The mom is also cold and detached and money seeking.
It seems she scares me because the dad kind of looks nice in this scene,
right? And I do think the dad wants to keep the dad's wrestling this whole scene, and the mom packed his shit up 4 days ago.
Yes,
is what she says.
Now, looking into a little bit of Orson Welles' history, and just knowing, you know, we don't have to say it right now, just the final plot point of the movie, but knowing how this movie goes, apparently his mom and dad split up, and his dad became an alcoholic. Okay, and his mom died when he was 9. So this seems awfully personal.
Yeah,
you know, because apparently after his mom passed away, his dad was rich because he invented a patent for something, and that's why he quit work and became an alcoholic. So he had money too, and he got sent to Europe and to prep schools and stuff like that.
Wow.
So this seems extremely personal, weighing on his mind, especially how much like the mom, even though you only see her in this scene, she like her essence gets brought up a lot, and people reference this a lot, you know? So yes, this seems, and that's like, you know, they were trying to give credit for the screenplay to somebody else. Seems like he had his hands in it. You know what I mean? So he gets sent off with
sense.
He gets sent off with Thatcher, I think his name was.
Yep, that's exactly right, Mr. Thatcher.
And is just a nuisance to him his whole life, which is so sick. I love how Orson Welles looks. Don't really have a reason why. I
completely agree with you.
Love how he looks. He reminds me of like Eddie from Ed, Edd Eddie from Ed, Edd and Eddie. Kinda. And he kind of looks like a young Jack Nicholson.
I could see
a little
that.
bit. And he's very expressive with his eyebrows and his face, like Jack Nicholson. We kind of missed out. There probably should have been a Jack Nicholson plays Orson Welles movie at some point.
He looks extremely cool all throughout the movie, but he does look great in himself in this. He's 25.
As a 25-year-old man, I love it. I love how he looks. Yep.
I like that he's turned into like you said, he's given this dude hell basically forever now. Yeah. He's turned into like a rich boy. I mean, like he's a very like posh kid. Like he don't give a fuck about none of the business.
No.
He's bounced between college to college to college. He studied internationally, never graduated with anything, and he is coming back. He don't give a fuck about none of the 7 businesses that we got that makes money. Yeah. He thinks doing a newspaper would be fun.
Yeah,
is what he says.
He says it'd be a good time. I'd like to do it. And one of my favorite quotes in this movie comes from that, where, you know, Thatcher is like, you lost $1 million doing this. And he's like, yeah, I did. And I intend to do it again. And then next year. And then he's like, and I guess at that rate, I can run this new newspaper for like 60 years, I think he says.
Yeah. Yep.
And he says it with such a shit-eating grin. That's like, you know, like, we're past the timeline now. He's like, fuck you, Thatcher. I'll do whatever the hell I want with my money. And, you know, you can cry about it. I love that. I love that characterization. You know, it's cool to see to choose somebody, because I bet there was a lot of thinking, like, what storyline should we start with? I love that they started with Thatcher's. He's the most detached, and it's the most, far removed from him as an actual person, but you still get to see him as such a character.
Right.
Like, you get his like innate personality from Thatcher's experience, especially where he saw him as a kid. And they make a big deal about young Kane, like, whipped the shit out of him whenever they tried to get him to leave with him.
Yeah.
He just hit him in the stomach, but
it's a good contrast. Not that Kane becomes like exactly like Thatcher towards the end, but it's so cool that this establishing scene that you see Orson or Charles here, Kane, whatever. You see him in this moment, and he's a smooth young man. He's got that kind of like liberal mentality to him, seemingly like he's just like he's floated around through life. He's chasing his passions. He don't really give a fuck about the business or the company. And like it's towards this, I think it's a little bit after this, but it's appropriate in the moment. He wants to be everything that this motherfucker hates.
Yeah.
And he don't want to be anything like him. And he's in this like rebellious era of his life. And then, I mean, we're already past the spoiler. I don't want to, we'll keep going scene by scene, but you get to watch this beautiful progression of his character as it goes. And he doesn't become like Thatcher, but you see him lose that edge to him to where he goes from a Robin Hood type of character to he still does care about the people and everything, but like it's just in a different
his
way.
motivations
like you see
are
that,
wrong.
Yes, you see that degradation of his character to like where he goes from like exactly his motivations are wrong. Like he wants to like whenever he drafts the purpose of his newspaper, his Declaration of Independence, his Constitution of the newspaper, whatever you want to call it.
Love this.
He I love it as well. It has all these things on as to what he wants to do. He writes it by hand, everything else. I'm skipping over a lot, but it's symbolic that he rips it up later. Mm-hmm. And then you see that he just wants people to like him in a way that's so disconnected and jaded from this prior version of him.
Yeah.
I say all of that and I jump ahead and skip ahead because I think that these early every scene of this movie is great, but these early scenes of seeing him, you don't get to see him as a young man for very long. It's maybe, I mean, like this movie's paced very well, but it's one of the shorter versions of him that you do get to see. But you get so much character development and exposition out of him in this moment that it's crazy if you're not paying attention to it.
Even though like the different people's perspectives jump around, he is still getting older as the movie goes on.
Yes.
And it's masterfully done. I was asking like whenever they had to decide. No, probably not. They probably were like, we need to talk to these people so he ages linearly. So smart. Yeah, just him. I love, man, him going into the newspaper he's bought, and they're all. He gets mistaken. Now I don't understand the full nuance of this. Does he just look like so disheveled that he could not be the owner? You know what I mean? The chief of the newspaper goes to his friend Leland and is like, "Oh, Mr. Kane, it's so nice to meet you." And Orson's just standing there like, "It's actually me." And
come on, yeah.
You know, just looking at them, I don't know why they would. I bet there's something where it's like, for the time of day it was, I bet he looks a little not professional, something's there. Maybe he's not wearing a tie or his pants are pulled up, not tight enough or whatever. But I love, he then immediately starts ruining this guy's life.
Yep. Harping on him.
Yeah, it's just so fun. Like they take over this newspaper and you know, he's like, "I'm gonna move my bed into your office. I'm gonna live here." And the guy's just perplexed to the at the unorthodox ways of this young rich man, and it comes off so good. I completely get it, and him and his boys stay up. You know, now they go and talk to Mr. Bernstein, which I love his character. I think he's potentially favorite character number 2 now that I'm thinking about it. But so he's talking to Mr. Bernstein, and Bernstein's like, Charlie's just wild.
Yeah.
He was wild from the day I met him till, probably
Never
now.
understood nothing about him. Yep.
Yep.
He didn't even understand himself. Just things like that where it's like, man, this dude's a character that you're learning.
But yeah, like you were saying with his declaration of principles.
They compared it to some document.
They did, but they called it something like exactly, statement of principles, and just them staying up all night to try and get a newspaper. And I love that he was like the original clickbaiter, because this guy's like, well, we can't print that. It's not proven. He's like, if the headline's big enough, the news is big enough. We're going to get gossip on here. Go tell him that we got like marshals on standby to arrest you for your statement. Just lie. And it's so funny. And they stay up all night working on the newspaper. He makes his, list of principles and signs it and says, put that in the paper too. It's just like it's so fun, man. It's just
so cool.
You're just getting so much of him here. And his friendships with Bernstein and Leland, and just seeing how this whole thing goes.
And you really see too how dedicated he is. Like, not only because I think from the first scene it's easy to be like, oh, this is just a rich kid who's a piece of shit, don't care about nothing. But then you do get this like contrast in this scene as well, where he's like, he is dedicated and he's like, he's in it. And it's cool that he's like, he's all about this newspaper. He tells the guy, he's like, because the guy's like, we're only running 2 hours a day or whatever. And he's like, the news goes 24 hours a day. It never stops.
Yeah.
And that it is just so cool. Like these early scenes and having, it again comes back later. But having that newspaper principles draft that he has. Yeah. It's cool that his buddy, after he hands it off,
bring that back.
Put this in the paper. Yeah, bring that back to me. This is going to be something big someday.
Yeah. I really like that. I really like their whole friendship across the movie. It's it's really good. It's really good,
it is.
Man. His relationships with all these people, the arcs, the mini arcs that all these relationships endure are just always well done. They're so well done.
Yeah, and that's I don't want to get too much ahead, but I'm feeling it now. That is another thing that's so sad about his relationship with that buddy specifically later. And it just adds, I won't harp on it too much, but it just adds so much melancholy. Like there is a lot of melancholy in this movie. This is a very melancholy movie. Yeah, actually, it's not sad. It's not anything.
Like
really.
In the beginning, we know he dies alone.
Yeah,
and it's just like you forget about that because you're seeing him with his boys, and you're like, man, they're having such a good time. They're having such a good time just making this dude's hair messy. The newspaper chiefs, he's like sweating and that old school movie huffing and puffing, and his hair falls down on the side. I love that shit.
I like that as we keep cutting between scenes too, where it gets back to the investigator, as I'm going to call him, Mr. Thomas.
Sounds good to me, investigator.
I like that they keep reiterating, like, man, if we could just figure out what his last words are, we'd figure out everything. It would tell us it all. And I like that it keeps. It's so cool every time they drop crazy. It. Yeah,
the investigator's arc is crazy. You know? Oh, we missed it. I love that he goes and talks to his alive ex-wife, and she's a drunk floozy, and she's like, I'm not talking to you. And he doesn't get anything. He has to move to the next person. Just, so good. So good to come back to her later. So yeah, just this whole newspaper nonsense, he walks by their rival newspaper, and they're like, this is why they're the best newspaper in town. Look at this picture. And it's their staff that it took 20 years to take. And amazing camera work. You go from the picture into Orson Welles walking
crazy.
Through. Yes.
Dude. Yes.
It felt like the Twilight Zone. It's like
crazy.
Yeah.
there's things in this movie where I'm like, yo, it just looks it looks awesome.
Yeah. And like this whole dinner scene, there's another scene like that. Like I tell you, like how mirrors just make for, it's like the poor man's.
Man,
like,
mirrors in this movie are awesome.
You can just add so much,
Yes.
feeling to the meat pie by just putting a mirror in a scene. So like Leland and Bernstein are having a conversation, and Charlie Foster Kane is in the window reflection, just dancing and goofing off and having a fun time. And like his friends are like not plotting on him, but they're just like, man, I don't know if he's got his head on straight. And it's like, he's got, they're singing a song about him. He's getting a big head. And I love how
that is beautiful little, and it's not even like it is foreshadowing, but it's not at the same time. It's just a nice little heartfelt moment there where they're like, I hope this fella doesn't lose the plot. Like he's got
losing
everything.
The plot.
Yes, as he's losing the plot. I like this scene. I didn't notice this the first time I watched this movie. This scene is Wolf of Wall Street as fuck right here.
Oh my God. Which
is so cool.
Yes.
It's literally 1940s Wolf of Wall Street scene directly ported over. They got the whores there and they got the boys and they are, they're chowing.
They got a showman. Talking. They're ripping big fat cigars.
It's crazy.
And drinking, getting drunk. Yeah. They're going ham wild. If this movie, like, I bet the social conventions, like, I bet they would have put drugs in this scene if the modern audience wouldn't have thrown up and passed out at the viewing of it,
Yeah.
But yeah, you're exactly right. This is just 1941 Wolf of Wall Street here. And same Bob. And then it cuts ahead. He's like, I'm going on vacation. He comes back from Europe and he is aged a little bit and he's got a mustache now. So time has passed.
Yep.
It's just simple. Love it.
Yep.
And
I love that they have the trophy for him.
Yeah.
That's very cool. And I love how Orson, we don't even talk about the acting that much. We haven't talked about it much, period. Acting goes hard. It goes hard. He's acting. This is a scene. It's not one of even the first scenes. This is just a memorable scene of him coming in and like, you're like, what's
I don't have time
going on with this guy.
He takes the trophy. Yeah, it's like, it's just such a, like, they're like, and like, I bet this was just so fun making it. They're like, okay, he's in a rush, so just act like you're in a big huge rush. And it's like kind of like exaggerated, of course it's a movie, but like not that much. It's like not uncanny, it's not cartoonish, it's not, it's not what I expect from this old of a movie. Like they could have like really made it goofy, but he's just like, we're doing good. Like, I just got back. I'll take it, and he just grabs it. And it's like, he's got his wife outside or his
hands
fiance.
in a piece of paper that says, I assume the piece of paper that he hands them says, "Hey, I'm getting married."
Yes, he gives it to like the secretary or whatever.
Yes, and they're like, "Wow!" And then he runs out, and they're like, "Wow, Charlie was in such a hurry." I guess.
And then she reads,
"What's wrong with him?" Yeah, and then reads the paper.
So good.
And I think it's the camera work out of the window and down into the this movie's so cool, man. I'll watch it again. This movie's so sick. And they then say that. God, it just pushes exposition so well too. They're like, he's getting married. It says it here on this piece of paper.
To the president's niece.
That's the president's niece. Yep. And then
she might end up being a president's wife one day.
Yep.
And it's like, wow. And like that just is like, obviously this dude is becoming so successful that he could have a shot at being president. That's what that's conveying. It's like this is the path we're on.
Yep. And then we get to one of my favorites. I don't know if it's my favorite because there's a lot of scenes in this movie that are good. Interestingly enough, for whatever reason, I don't want to say I don't think this movie has like memorable scenes because that's not the truth. It definitely does. But also in my head, like I have a hard time picking out like, that was the scene. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
No, I agree.
There's one of my favorite little segments because I think it's awesome is him. He gets married. And he's with his first. I don't think I'm skipping it too much time.
No, not at all.
Stop me.
No,
he's got married. You can see he's in a very loving relationship with his wife. they sit down at the dinner table. They're talking in a very natural way for relationships.
Yeah.
And beautiful camera work, beautiful direction. You watch this shit
Editing.
sour over a period of years, I assume.
In like
or
3
whatever
minutes.
it may. Yes. And my God, it is good. I don't know if I truly picked up on that the first time I watched the movie, how good and beautiful this little segment is. I don't know if I would say it's my favorite scene. Have no idea.
They go from talking gets bigger.
Yes. Oh my God, it does, doesn't it? Yes, holy shit.
They sit farther and farther apart. You know?
Yeah. But you see him, like, again, just very normal, loving relationship at first. And then you get like to where he's like, well, I'm going to stay at the paper tonight. And then she's like, okay.
That's all you do.
And then you get, and then you get to shit like that. And then he's writing newspaper articles about Uncle John, the president of the United States.
Yeah, they get into like an argument.
You were just watching this shit fall apart over the course of 3 minutes.
And then I think like the final scene of it is she says something to him and he just looks at her.
Yeah, I think they're just staring at each other almost or something.
Right,
I don't know.
And then that's when it shows how big the table's gotten, how far they are sitting apart. And it's like, they are broken. And so
what a sick scene, man.
So good.
It's awesome.
Very good.
I did not appreciate that enough the first time I saw it.
And I'm gonna mess up here and there because like I don't know whenever we stop talking from Bernstein's perspective and then we go to Leland's. So it's we get a feel for this wife, right? And we see their relationship's sour. And I think Bernstein's like, go talk to Leland about his marriages and stuff.
Yeah, it's somewhere around there.
And we just see their friendship a little bit more, and we see, some
Leland's in the nursing home, correct?
Yes. Now, this is what my original complaint was. Now, I thought the first time I watched this, I thought he was so cartoony that it was like bad. And I was like, that's the one bad part of this movie. This actor as an old man, he got lost in the sauce. He was too crazy. Watching it this time, I was like, no, he's not that. He's not that bad. I don't think
so. Yeah.
No, he just was like, he's a little dotty and he's a little like, what about the cigar now again? Oh, I'm skipping over. Yeah. But he's just, maybe now that I've just talked to more old people, I'm like, this is how old people talk to you sometimes.
That's how them old people are, man.
They just be rambling. Yeah. I like that. He's in the hospital, the nursing home for no apparent reason. They're like, he doesn't have anything wrong with him. He's just old and he's just seemingly crazy, I guess.
Yeah.
A little bit. And
it's just senile. He's got that senility to him.
They get into, I might be skipping a little bit, but they get into a fight and he's like, I want to go to Chicago.
Yeah.
I might be skipping over. No, I don't know. But
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't remember much.
Me neither.
There's probably something there. We'll think of it maybe.
But, we just see their relationship get messed up.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm skipping too much. Hold on. So,
okay.
We get talking about the second wife. And now this confused me because I know the first wife died. Okay.
Yes.
And we don't get to see her die and stuff like that. He meets his second wife. I didn't initially realize that he met her while still married.
Yeah, that was a little bit. I think that is
the immediate scene after.
Yes.
Now, it is revealed after this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I want to ask you this because he gets, and they don't even show this. You gotta use your brain, turn your brain on for this movie, right? So he gets mud splashed all over him from a taxi, a carriage, or I don't know what they're driving around in. And this lady, she's a little goofy. She's laughing at him. She has a toothache, and she invites him in. Now they go in. It's, as a married man, not a good look.
Yeah, ain't a good situation.
Ain't a good situation. She's obviously very young and beautiful, and he's now in the old man, Anytime you're old and you refer to a lady as young lady and she invites you in and you go, hey, it's looking bad, Chief.
Yep.
But they go in and they have chemistry and they're laughing. And, you know, this all makes sense in hindsight that his marriage is failing, that, you know, he probably was lonely. And he's like, you don't have a clue who I am. And she's like, not at all. And he's like, you like me anyway? And she's like, yeah, sure do. And he's like, oh, you know, we getting into like he wants people to like him a lot.
Yeah.
So, but
yes,
it is harmless. They're not like kissing. They're not doing anything too crazy. He shuts the door at one point and she immediately opens it. Now, I don't know what his intentions were with shutting that door.
Right.
But
I don't know.
But
I'll have to hit a vibe reassessment on the scene before I even give an opinion. But yes, I know what you mean. I don't know. I truthfully am unsure.
They're doing like shadow puppets, but they're not, once again, not kissing, not hugging, not smooching, whatever, right? And she sings for him. Now it does a cut, and knowing how intentional this movie is and how smart this movie is this cut showing, because like it's hard to tell, like I can't tell if he's in the same clothes, if she's in the same clothes. I might, you know, I'm just lost in the movie. I'm not looking at it with a microscope. Yeah. But they do a cut and she sings another song to him, and it is a deliberate cut. And I'm like, okay, has he visited her more than this one night? Or was this is a question I'm asking you. Was he there one night?
Yes.
Or does he go here every once in a while? What do you think?
I think he's going here every once in a while.
I kind of do
vibes. That's the vibes that I get. This isn't a one-time thing. And like, they may be innocent about it because it seems like they're cool. So let me preface a little bit. I love this scene a lot as well. I think this is a very sweet scene. I think this is a very realistic scene. There's nothing about this whole little montage here that feels forced. The dude gets caught up in a bad situation, but it's endearing. And it even is not, like, you're right, it does shift his focus to like him wanting people to like him in a way, but also like he's married the president's niece. Yeah. He's in a miserable marriage, it seems. Yeah. Because of his and her fault. They're just not compatible with each other, seemingly. He's just not a happy man. And he finds this, I mean, even beauty and everything aside, but like this human being, I feel like this is the vibe I get from it. This human being likes him and connects with him, is laughing, smiling, makes him laugh and smile. And he just gets something from that. Like it just feels that thing in him. She has no clue who he is. And she's like, I'm not all that smart. I don't really even care, whatever. Yeah. And that's just so endearingly sweet to me, this whole scene. And then on top of her singing for him, where she's like, I'm not that good of a singer. My mom says I do, but you know how moms are or whatever. And he's like, well, do you have a piano? And she's like, yeah. He's like, well, sing. Let's get over there and get your ass to singing. Yeah. And it is sweet. But to answer your question, I do get the vibe that he comes here multiple times. Yes. This place is next to the printer, right? Or like the newspaper shop, from what I'm gathering, correct? Because did he walk in? Did he not walk out of the newspaper shop, get splashed by the truck, and then immediately cross the block and go into her house? Or did I miss something there?
I don't know. I think it's like next to a candy shop. He was standing on the corner of like a candy shop, and that's where she was, I think.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
I don't know. Regardless, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, no clue on the.
Because even this watch, it got confusing to me whenever we come down the road a little bit more and we get to the point where he is like hanging out with her, I guess, like out in public, but is still like, it didn't that happen, but is still married to his wife, I guess, when the politician catches him. I don't know. I really am trying to think, because there was something with that. I just got the feeling or the vibe, or I watched
am I missing something, or did the politician catch him on screen?
Maybe so.
I don't know. I didn't think he did. I thought that was like a reveal with no setup.
I don't even remember how the politician finds out, to be completely honest with you.
I don't think it says, is what I thought. I thought it was.
But
just
I was still right. But I was still like the vibe for me was that it was clear that they had hung out, you know, at least a little bit. They were accustomed to each other at this point. And
what
then
it seems.
his wife
That's
gets
what,
there.
I think the
And
cut
yes.
kind of, but the way the movie portrays it, at first glance, it kind of just shows, because obviously,
Yeah.
you know, they can't show, it just didn't
Right.
have enough time to show them meeting up multiple
Yep.
times. I think that's what the cut is there in place for,
Yep.
is to show that this has happened multiple
Yeah.
times.
And it's not much longer after this that you do get the politician scene, which
no, yeah, it's like
your memory will be better than mine, but it's also interesting too with his wife. Once they meet again here, they're basically completely estranged. So we're
Yes.
like, man, and we get the whole political scene before
It's
this. I don't want to
bizarre.
skip that because it's cool, but yes, it's they're completely estranged, and it does make you sad because you're like, man, you just saw this guy hanging out, having a good time with this, you know, this girl. Like, it just making him happy, seemingly platonic, everything. Like, shouldn't be in that situation, completely agree, but like, he hasn't committed a crime or anything on paper, or like any kind of infidelity at this point. And you just see this his current wife, who is just completely devoid of any emotion from him or he her. And it's like, man, and now his whole political career is going to get bagged for that. And you're like, God, you just feel for the guy. You just feel for the guy. Go ahead.
I was just going to get to talking about the politics.
Yeah, it opens with the scene, or not opens, but like shortly after that, it's the scene of him at the podium, right? And him talking to the mascot. I don't even know what he's saying here. I don't remember any real dialogue or whatever. I just know it's sick. It's awesome. I love the Kane I want a Kane poster. We talked about Boy with Apple last week.
Yeah,
I might get a Boy with Apple and a Kane poster.
I want it to be as big as that, like the whole
I do too.
back wall.
That's
here.
the most high definition shit in this movie. I don't know how Orson Welles did that
They
for
probably drew that.
1941.
Well, I heard
My
that the
God.
crowd in this scene, I don't know how much, it's a drawing, apparently.
Really?
It is a drawing, and they poked holes through it with a needle. So that way, to show motion, they just like
movement?
scanned a light behind it. So it like made weird shadows. Yes.
We could never do shit like that nowadays, man. We lost the sauce.
We
don't have the recipe anymore.
Yeah, no clue. I read that and I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean it was a drawing and they poked holes through it? Like I can't even conceptualize what they're talking about. He says like one line that I do remember. Now this is also very Adolf Hitler coded. This movie came out, you know, in this time period, but he is like shouting and, you know, hitting his fists and stuff. And, you know, he says something like, you know, oh God dang it. You know, I've not made that many campaign promises because I intend to keep them, or I'm too busy keeping them, you know?
Yeah.
Love that. That's a sick line. That'd get get your ass elected in this modern year. But
we have a scene flash of Hitler here, don't we? In this movie?
It shows Nazis at one point in the movie earlier, like in the newsreel.
Adolf's in there. I think Adolf makes a feature in the movie.
I don't know. I might have to look into that.
I swear to goodness.
I saw some Nazis armbands. Are we allowed to say that word? Or is that instant AI cut?
I don't care. We live in garbage world. If I can't say that, but I could save some other stuff.
Trying to make some money, dude. Trying to get famous. Get on the Patreon for the Nazi cut of this.
Yeah.
So, because like in the newsreel, it's like he was quick to make alliances. Shows like him on the balcony with some Nazis, and it's like quick to get rid of them. And it's like, okay, I know what kind of politician you are. You know, I get it.
Was that in reference to Kane or the bad politician?
No, that was Kane. That was
interesting.
I think so.
Gotcha.
So, but then the most important thing that gets said at this rally is he says that we're going to lock him up. He's talking about the current governor, his political rival. You know, he's like, we're going to lock him up and come after his family and stuff. Now is wild, and it shows a very cool scene of Geddes is his name. He's on the top balcony, and he like once this gets said, he's like puts his hat on and shakes his head. I love stuff like that. Just he's like, I'm getting out of here.
Yep.
This dude's an asshole. And they walk out together with his family, and it looks like Kane looks very happy. He like, I think there's a scene before this, like with the newspaper, where they're talking about politics. Like they're having a little political party before the rally, maybe. And they're like, if the votes came in today, you'd win by a landslide. And he's like, well, you know, I guess that's he says something clever. The writing's really good, y'all. But I just can't remember. There's like some zingers in here. That's like some really good bars.
It's awesome. The whole political speech is very real, very believable.
Yeah. It's
still,
not
yeah,
boring.
it is very like, no. And it's not cheesy either. Like it would be very easy to kind of overdo that. I sent something in general chat, by the way, you can look at it if
That does look like a little Adolf.
Yeah, but it could be cheesy. It's not. This is a sick monologue that he hits here. Excellent writing.
He's talking about
a little writing flex.
He's out here for the working man. He's out here for the underpaid, respected, underfed. It's really good. I mean, it's some populist shit. It's very liberal. Apparently Orson Welles is a very liberal man back in these days, and it's cool. I mean, his homies are going crazy, dude. They can't wait for Big Daddy Kane to get in office, and you know, they can run shit.
And he is destined to get into office.
You know, imagine your homeboy.
What is it?
This would just be so exciting. Just imagine your homeboy is Charles Foster Kane. You work for him at the newspaper. He's going to be president one day. It's just like a matter of time. We'll be in the White House, you know, having a ball. And, you know, and he's just so proud, so happy. He has his boy, and he's like, I can't wait to go home with you. Whatever his wife's name is. What is his wife's name? It ain't Susan. Mary.
Is it Mary?
Or is it Emily? I don't know.
I don't know. Susan is his second wife, correct?
Susan is his second wife. I think it's Emily.
Whatever.
Who cares? Not me. And she puts the boy in a car and says, go home, boy. And he's like, what the hell? Why are you sending my boy away? And she's like, I got this letter. I'm going to this address. You can come with me if you want. And once again, great acting. She reads the address, and we know the address if we pay attention because it's on the building. It's really big, right? I just kind of knew from context clues just like what this was about, and I've seen the movie before, but you know, she's like, I'm going to 185, whatever the street, and his face just goes like, he soy jacks. He's like, oh. And she's like, you coming with me? He's like, I will come with you. And I mean, you can only assume not a single word was said on this car ride over.
No,
not the littlest bit.
Not at all.
And they get out, and he's like, I never knew you had the flair for dramatics. And she's just stonewalling him. She ain't saying anything. The maid answers the door and is like, oh, Mr. Kane, good to see you again. And I was like, oh, bro. And he gets upstairs. Susan comes out calling him Charlie because his wife calls him Charles. Only calls him Charles. Bimbo calling him Charlie. And then out walks Getty, dude. The reveal. And I was just like, and like, I think also the silence of the scene of Kane is implicit, like in his guilt. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because if it was just that one time thing, or if it was just a very nonchalant thing, it's like, I came over here a couple times, hung out. He would maybe say that. But I think him being so silent and everybody else talking is just like, he's like, yep, I'm cornered, you know?
Yeah.
And Geddes is like, I've got you now, dude. You went too far. You threatened my life and my liberty. So I got a crazy story I'm going to write about you, or you can just pack it up now. And, you know, Susan's like, you got to. This will ruin my life too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what you think. And she's trying to talk to the wife, and Emily's like, oh, don't worry, he won't do anything to like put himself in danger. Just said some like
Yeah, just something
backhanded shit
awful
to
like
him.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just so stubborn. He's
Yep.
so full of himself. He's Charles Foster Kane, dude.
He is.
He's like, I'll get out of this. I'm the man, you know?
Yep.
Fuck you, Geddes. Like,
Yeah.
how dare
He's like
you?
principled too, to a fault,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Emily leaves. Geddes goes to leave. Now, fun fact, Orson Welles fell down 10 steps doing this scene.
Really?
Chipped his ankle, had to like be in a wheelchair for a while.
My
For
God.
like 2 weeks. Yeah, dude, just going crazy. I bet he was acting his butt off. Chasing down the stairs. But yeah, I love the energy of the scene. Just like, Geddes, I'm Charles Foster Kane.
Yes.
You won't do this to me. You know?
Yep. And
And
his
this is like-
fucking sly politician face.
This was like the moment of the movie where it's like, this is Charles Foster Kane from here on out. This ain't Charlie. This ain't
Right.
This ain't the young whippersnapper. This ain't the good man.
Yeah.
His character like has been revealed here. He's revealed himself.
He's lost the plot. This is everything that they feared back at the newspaper during the party.
Yes.
He's now lost the plot.
Yep. Newspaper comes out, big huge scandal, and how damning of a newspaper. In nest was Songbird.
Over Singer.
Talking shit, dude. That old timey talking shit. Loses the election hand over foot.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just in the office, and Leland just comes in blackout drunk. Fun fact about Joseph Cotton, the dude who plays Leland. Apparently every scene he acted in where he was drunk, he would stay up for 24 hours.
Oh my God.
So like, yeah. So, hey.
Just drink some beers, man.
I don't know if you're allowed to, funny enough. I feel like I've heard that before. Like they have to use fake alcohol on movie sets. But you'd think like, what's wrong with...
I'd get a cab to the set and just be a little drunk, man.
Yeah.
24 hours.
Funny enough, Rick and Morty, they would record lines drunk, so maybe that's different.
That is funny. Yeah.
And this is where we get like the final, not the final, but like a big Leland Charlie scene here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just talking shit to him, drunk talking to him. And he's even like, I'm drunk. And Charlie's like, that's okay. I will be here in a second too. And he's like, you don't understand. You suck now, Yeah. And, I mean, he's just letting him have it, just pointing out his, not his insecurities, but his character flaws.
Right.
And, then he's like, I want to go to Chicago. And Charlie's like, yeah, you can, whatever.
Yeah. Get out of here. Yeah.
And it's like, yep, that was the end of their beautiful friendship.
Yep. Not the end period.
Not the end period.
As we'll see. But yes. And then even then, like between the next time that we see him, it's a little quip later, but they say they haven't talked in years. Years. They haven't
not
spoken
seen
to each other.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they left on this bad note. And then we start seeing him with Susan.
Yeah, we get a little happier. So that was a big down, and it is interesting that like you get a little up after this. This is where he gets married again. If I'm thinking correctly.
Yes,
already. Yeah,
and people
gets married. You're like, wow, it's looking up for the guy.
Now, thank God for the newsreel in the beginning, because we know that him and his wife get divorced from the newsreel, and then him and his son die. Okay, or
in a car accident.
Her and the boy die, right?
Yeah.
We don't see that, and that would have been kind of crazy to see. Yeah. But I'm glad we get to know that. And
I forgot, when does it mention that they die in a car accident?
That's in the newsreel, all the way in the beginning.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the way in the beginning. So now he's with his new wife, and the reporter's asking him questions like, are you going to sing for the Manhattan Opera? And he's like, you bet she will. And she says something like, Charlie says, if I don't, he'll build me an opera house. And he says, yeah, but we don't need to do that. Immediate
Yep.
next scene.
Builds the opera house.
How
So
embarrassing.
crazy.
So
Yep.
embarrassing. God, that's like, I like
This
literally
whole
laughed. I was like,
yeah. This whole part of this is a true tragedy that we see, because once they get married, I'm looking up for the guy. I'm like, well, you know, he's beat up about the politics, I'm sure, but the reporter even asks him like, is your political career over or whatever, and he gives like a haha we'll see answer, and you're like, okay, you know, maybe.
He's like manic. Like a modern description of him would
Yes.
be like manic. He's like on cloud nine. He's
Yep.
like divorcing the president's niece and losing my election and married a woman I got caught with an affair.
Yep.
You know, who cares, dude? I'm Charles Foster Kane. You know, he's just he's so manic from here on out.
Yeah. And we see him, like, we build the opera house. And is she then in there singing?
Yes.
Correct?
And it
Like, we get that.
chaotic.
And it looks awful. Like, you can clearly see. And that makes me sad too. No, but it makes me sad too whenever you see people like you hear it with people that do sports in college or whatever. There's the thought of somebody having something that makes them so happy, and then seeing the world just fucking ruin it for them. I feel like it's I've seen that happen to my friends, and you know, like I've seen that happen before, and to see it go from like, you know, Charlie and this girl, they like each other, they're homies, they're friends, you know, they've seemingly had an affair, but he's happy. Like literally, I don't know, 15 minutes in the movie prior to now, it's like she is the showgirl, and like it is chaotic. It's awful. She doesn't look a bit fucking happy in this scene.
Happy.
No, in her own big opera house that this motherfucker is built for her.
Yes, dude. It's a good Lord. It's a pyramid, a monoslim of shame now. It's just like this big grand house of shame. And this like Italian opera coach is just in her face, like
tragedy.
No, you are not doing it right. And love this camera technique. The camera goes from the stage and goes all the way up to the like dudes working the lights, and they just do like the damn she sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it is funny. They do hit the stinky on her. That's so funny.
Yes, it cracks me up. And sorry, I heard a noise that scared me.
I also heard that.
So
they hit the stinky on her. They emote.
They emote on her, and she even like they show like a scene where she's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this, and he's like, You're gonna
do it.
Yeah. And I love Leland's explanation of this, you know, because it just sums up the rest of it. He hated that they put singer in quotes. He was trying to take the quotes off of singer. He wanted to prove to people that, like, you know, he didn't have an affair with some lady who identifies as a singer. He got you know, an affair with a singer. And you know, they do a bunch of Broadway shows.
I was about to say, we get this whole shitty montage of her like trying to practice training and singing, and her just fucking sucking at it. I mean, like, she sounds good, but she's not like she sounds good to me, but she's not like hitting that level.
Right. And like it just shows all these newspaper reports of like sold out, blah blah blah, and like he's just buying notoriety. And it comes to Chicago, and they're waiting on the dramatic review, whatever that means. I don't, you know, that's what they call that. Leland's like in charge of dramatics a bunch of time in the movies. Now I just don't know if he's like, I don't know how to compare it. I've never read a newspaper in my life.
Who knows?
But he's in there drunk, asleep on the typewriter. Love this scene. This is contender for favorite scene because
this is a good
it's fun, it's doing a lot. Bernstein, he's like, well, read me what she wrote. Bernstein's like, blah 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 blah, it's kinda, and he stops. He's like, he didn't finish it. And then Kane gets it, and he sees that his homeboy talking about his wife, like she sucks bad,
awfully. Yeah.
And he just starts laughing.
Yes.
And then he like starts ad-libbing, and he like is continuing it.
Yeah.
And he just like, go bring me a typewriter. And he just, now I do like this about him. He writes a bad review.
He does. This motherfucker's crazy. Like, this is a point in time. Not only like, I mean, it's been leading up to it, but you're like, yo, this dude's crazy.
This is crazy, dude. He's just like writing a bad review for his wife, for his own newspaper.
It's so sad because you get, like I said, you get the couple of clips of her, like, not only is this all miserable, all these shows, it shows everybody in the audience hates her, like
he's like the only one that claps. He claps.
Yeah, he's the and then it even cuts to her training. She's like, I don't want to do this. Even the dude that's training her is like, you are awful. You just can't sing. Some people can sing, some people can't. You can't sing. And till Kane bosses up on him and it's like, she's singing. But then he goes on to, like, he is a man of his word. He finishes the piece. He did not change anything. But man, just to destroy his poor wife.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just big asshole, big, huge asshole, forcing her to do something that she doesn't want to do. It's already like just a hobby of hers. Like she liked it, but then it's just taking it to a whole other level. And then doing this on top of it, the cherry on the shit cake.
Now, it was before this that Leland had sent him the principal sheet and he ripped it up. I think it was before this, because I do believe it was after, just because I remember he fired because Leland wakes up from the typewriter. He goes, "Where's my piece at?" Goldstein, is that his name? Bernstein.
Goldberg. Okay, Okay.
A Jewish name. I'll throw in a couple,
He goes, "Oh, well, actually, Kane has it and is finishing it for you." He comes out. This is a cool line of dialogue here. I like this. He comes out. He goes, "What's up, Kane? I guess we're talking now," or something like that, right? Like, I haven't seen you in forever.
Said just something to him. He's like, "I didn't know we were talking." He's like, "Well, we are, ain't we?"
"Well, we are. You're fired," and that's it. And then Kane then publishes said piece, goes home, and his wife is distraught, of course, because this is his best friend, whatever. And she says, "I can't believe that you fired him or whatever, and you even gave him $25,000 severance." And that's when he gets the letter at the door with what I presume is the ripped up check.
Oh,
because there is ripped up paper in there.
Ooh.
I assume that's what that is. That was the vibe that I got this time, and I kind of noticed that.
I might have missed that.
And his old contract.
Wow.
That he then just rips up, which is even more sad because you see it for a minute and he looks at it.
Yeah,
and
you just know what it is.
Once again, Orson Welles, great actor here. Like, I don't even think it shows what it is, and just his body language about it. It's just fucking, they almost like he's just disgusted by it. They can't relate to it anything at all anymore. And then he then still is forcing, if I'm thinking correctly, he's like, "You're going to keep on doing the opera."
Maybe this is where the montage starts. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea, but he's just fucking with this poor woman.
And I think at this point, I think that like concludes the Leland side of things. And he's just a deranged old man at this point, and he's like,
"Yep."
And he's like, "Oh, that's about all I got to say." And he's like,
"Bring me some
cigars." Joe Biden. Maybe that's why I'm more. Yeah,
right.
Because he's like, "Now, Sonny, the cigar shop down the road." And he's like, "Bring me some." But you got to sneak them in. Just talking in front of the nurses. Like, the nurses are like, "Yeah, I hear you,"
Right.
So then we go back to Atlantic City to talk with, Susan herself. And, she's just talking about moving to this big castle, man.
Yep.
And at first it's like, yes, imagine living in a big, huge castle. And
then you see the hell of it.
Yeah, I think the first like important scene is she's like, why don't we go to New York? And he's just like, he's ashamed. He's like, I don't know that place anymore. That place chewed me up and spit me out, and now I'm living in my big Zondu.
He's now at this point just a recluse.
Yes.
Correct? I mean, like, that's what I completely gather from it.
Yes. He's just well, he just ain't got nothing for nothing anymore, you know?
No. And she's been reduced to doing puzzles.
Yes, dude. But she's like, you know, let's go to New York. I want to go to a club. I want to see people. And he's like,
yeah,
there's 50 people
she's like,
here.
the shows are letting out about now. Yeah.
And he's like, there's 50 people here every night. You know, you just spent whatever time with your friends. She's like, it's just not the same. And they just don't see eye to eye at all. And then it shows the puzzle montage, dude, of just her doing ad infinite puzzle.
Yep. And you see 1940s puzzle tech here? Those look impossible, man.
Yes,
That's crazy. I don't know if that's just how puzzles used to be before we had like laser cutting.
This is maybe pre-jigsaw. I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know.
Because like it's literally like some pieces look like shards of wood that like came out of a chipper, you know?
Yeah. It looks awful to do.
Yeah, it looks really hard. She's good at it though.
She is.
She's putting in the time. And even he like comes in.
I do want to mention too, one of my favorite little camera scenes. There's so many good ones with the mirror. I love every mirror scene in this movie, like we talked about earlier. But with her talking about New York and him coming into the picture, and then you see the puzzle for a while, and then him walking back and just standing in that big fucking fireplace.
Oh my god,
it's so good. It's so good, man.
I love that.
It's so awesome to watch.
It's just so crazy.
Yeah,
I love seeing a lot of old tech. This is autismo, but the gas light lanterns from way in the beginning.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
How
does that not burn you? I know they had them, but my god,
how does that work, dude?
Yep.
Just having flame, spitting flame. Yeah, and it's a miracle things just didn't blow up all the time back then, I guess.
It kind of did. Didn't half of Chicago burn down at one point for whatever reason?
Yeah,
like that just happened back in the day.
Yeah, we don't know why. Yeah, though. There's all kinds of rumors, but
well,
I guess it's sad. I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah. It could have been great. It could have
been fine. I mean, they built it back.
Yeah.
So, this is another one. It's almost like a.
I'm just laughing at autismo.
Autismo, dude. Just the gas lanterns are really interesting in this movie. I really find it.
From minute 2 of the movie.
Yeah, I had to bring it back. But talking about the fireplace. This is another one of the scenes. It's almost like the kitchen, the breakfast table getting bigger. So he comes in. He's sitting in his chair, 45 feet away from her.
Yeah.
And she says something and he goes, huh? Like he just, and it's just showing that they're now disconnected. They're not, they don't talk to each other. They don't, cause she's like, hey, how about we do this? And he's like, I'm thinking about going camping. And she's like, who the hell would want to do that? And he's like, he just goes, yeah, I'm thinking about going camping, and it shows them going camping.
Yeah.
And they get into a fight in their big fancy tent. And I can't remember what she says, but he smacks the shit out of her.
I don't even remember. But she's clearly, again, I think this movie does do, like, Kane's an asshole at this point. Like, he fully is. But man, I love Kane so much. I really do. Like, I root for him the whole movie. I love him to death. I love his character. I'm sympathetic towards him. You get to see his whole life here, essentially. But again, a very like real arguments and bickers that they get into here, of like, you feel for him, but you also feel for her, and you just watch the fucking shit sandwich get more sour over time. And it just sucks because she's being a little bit snappy at him, for sure. But he also just sucks in the first place.
She's just a prisoner.
So
at this point, I remember the line.
You get that little dynamic.
The important line she says is she's like, you don't love me, you just want me to love you.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's what made him smack her. And
I don't know. Because I know that she says something similar to that towards, I don't know. I know what you mean because she has, I wish I could remember. There's a ton of good, just for audience reference, ton of good dialogue in these little scenes here, this little patch of area. And I think it does build a lot because then it goes on after the camping scene where he does smack the shit out of her. She says, don't say sorry. And he says, basically,
I think
I
think he says, I'm not sorry.
Yeah, he says, I ain't a bit sorry.
Which is very interesting.
Yeah, but then immediately after, she's packing all her shit up to leave, if I remember correctly. And they have a very good bit of conversation at this point that is very kind of revealing.
What was it?
In a way.
Wait.
It just I don't remember specifics, but like you said, where they were talking about how you know, you don't love me.
She says something to him that bites him, you know.
She talks about just him buying her stuff and stuff, but not giving a fuck about her, basically.
Yeah.
And that, like, the only thing he cares about is himself. And like, there is a really good bit of dialogue here.
I think this is when we switch over to you know, we start switching over to Raymond, the butler. He goes and you know, because Susan's like, go talk to him, you know.
Yeah, we're close. She packs all her shit up. They have their last words or whatever. Kane is at the door and says, this is very impactful dialogue. I do remember this. He says, you know, I'm sorry. I'll do whatever I can do to keep you here. We'll do whatever you want because you can't do this to me. And she says, you still, in essence, you still think this is all about you.
Yes.
What about me?
Yes.
It basically just says, fuck you, you big asshole. It's not all about you. It's you always think it's all about you. Yes. Nothing will ever change with you.
Yeah.
And you get the beautiful camera shot of her leaving. Mm-hmm. And you just see it pans back to him in the hallway, just standing there defeated.
Alone.
Yep.
Just
alone.
So alone.
In hell. And he goes back to the room and crashes out, man. Crashes out hard until he finds the snow globe. Mm-hmm. This is when you get introduced to the snow globe. This was the point of the movie where I was like, how much longer do I have left? 15 minutes around this point.
Yeah.
By the way, the flow of this movie is so good. It's really, really good. I really like that about this movie. And that is when we did get to the butler. And the butler's like, Rosebud, eh? That's the only time I've ever heard him say that is when he picked up that snow globe. And he did. He picked up the snow globe after he crashed out and went, Rosebud, which is even more Rosebud. Like...
This is a fun fact. 2 fun facts coming at you. Orson Welles got hurt filming this crash out scene, cut both of his hands and just kept going.
I guarantee it, yeah.
Yeah, because he looks like an old man crashing out because he's like,
yeah,
just breaking everything.
Yep. Very
good. Very good. The second fun fact, Rosebud is like number 17 out of 100 of best movie lines ever. Cracked me up.
I saw that earlier.
Yeah, that cracked me up.
I did indeed see that.
Because it's just one word, you know, like a line.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what that. I don't know if I agree with that. Maybe
we're getting into Cap territory. We're getting into glaze.
Yeah, that is glaze. That's hard glaze.
Like,
I did talk about Rosebud earlier. I like the word Rosebud. It's cool that this is the part of this movie because it can be a name. You're like, what does Rosebud mean? It's kind of like a code word. You're like, ooh, what could it be? It's a little mysterious.
Yes.
It is glazed though. You're like, is this the best line of dialogue I've ever heard? You're glazing, dude. You're choking on it. You're gobbling.
Doing tricks, doing stuff I didn't know. Didn't know it was possible. It is mad trickery. I've not seen such glaze before. And yeah, you're right. I went and pulled the script to see like what they did say. And it the lines Susan is getting, she's getting big blocks of things.
Oh, God,
she's going in on him.
It's dialogue intensive. It's fantastic. I'll have to pull up the script in a little bit.
She says something like, "You've never given me anything. You've tried to buy me into giving you something." Banger, good line. This is good dialogue. This is like crazy. This is, you know, shout out for they accurately gave best screenplay to this movie. This is really good. But it was the part is like, you don't love anybody, you don't love anybody else. You want to be loved, that's all you want. I'm Charlie Foster Kane. Whatever you want, just name it and it's yours. Only love me. Don't expect me to love you. And that's when he smacks her. So, and that is good. And then the last lines with her in the room where she's like, you know, I like you said, I can feel it coming. Like she's acting so good and the lines are so good that I know what she's feeling before she says it.
Yeah.
Because like it is like, I was like, oh, you made it about yourself, bro. She's not staying. Because like for a second I was like, even though I've seen this movie before and I know it tells you how the movie ends at the beginning, but for a second you're like, oh, maybe you can win her back, because he's like, I'm so sorry, blah blah blah, and then he just makes it about himself.
It's just so real and so human. All of the conflict, all of the dialogue, everything in this movie, to be once again from 1941, is relatable. Like I could see this happening, you know, and like it's just so terrible to witness. It's a tragedy.
I'm gonna do a script read to you real quick because this is so good.
I'd love to hear it.
I hope this is the real script too. So Kane, don't go, Susan. You mustn't go. Almost blubbering. That's what, you know, the action. You can't do this to me, Susan. It's as if he had thrown ice water into her face. She freezes. Wow. Yes. This is good blueprinting. You know, this is good writing. She says, I see. It's you that this is being done to. It's not me at all. Not how I feel. Not what it means to me. She laughs. I can't do this to you. She looks at him. Oh, yes, I can. She walks out past Kane, who turns to watch her go like a very tired old man. Wow. Ooh,
it's amazing.
That was
and
good.
That's the last dialogue that they say to each other, as far as we know.
She don't slow
her
down.
As a character,
she don't turn.
No.
She don't anything.
Nope. Her as a character, we get a little bit of exposition just because she says it. She fucked all her money away. Like for 10 years. That's it. It took her 10 years to drive herself completely broke. She's now just alcoholic. You have the script pulled up. I don't know if you can get to it easily as it closes out with our interviewer here. I know that is a beautiful little line as well, because our interviewer, Mr. Thomas, then says, you can test me here. He says something along the lines of, well, pardon me, miss, I don't mean to be brash, but I actually feel for Mr. Kane a little bit here. And she says, don't you think I do too? Or something along the lines of that.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow.
Beautiful characterization.
Yep.
For everybody.
And again, because she's also drunk when she says that. Like, that's not a very well acted line, because that makes me feel like, what does that mean? You know, because I don't know what she means by that. I'm sure she loved Charlie Kane. It seemed like that's, again, the tragedy and some of the sadness that goes into this part of this movie. Is that they're so happy at first. Like, it is very like endearing whenever they first meet each other. And then it just turns awful, man. And I don't know what she's feeling. I don't even know if she knows what she's feeling in this moment.
The subtext, it says harshly. She says it harshly. Like, don't you think I do? You know? Don't you think I do? And you know, she's just saying, it's like, you know, she's not dumb, and he's dead now. We're talking about him posthumously, and she knows that he died alone. And you know, you can still feel bad for somebody even if they're just completely in the wrong, and that's why you feel bad for him. It's like, he's a fool. And so
it's so
good.
sad. It's so good. It is. Then we get to the butler.
Oh,
and the butler.
I liked one thing. The last thing she says is she's like, "Well, what do you know? It's morning already. You must come around and tell me the story of your life sometime." Just, I don't know.
That's cool.
I like that.
I knew that she said something there, but I think I had a hard time. I couldn't get captions to work for this. I don't know if you did.
It took me a second.
Okay. I just didn't. I gave up after a minute, but I wasn't quite sure what she said there. I missed that. So that is cool to know. We then get the butler. The butler again says that this is the time that, he's like, yeah, I've heard him say Rosebud once. It's when he picked up this snow globe, essentially. And they go on for a minute. He's kind of walking him through the mansion as people are kind of grabbing shit, taking it away. This is a nice little bit of dialogue here. The flashy part of this movie is over with, essentially. This is a very good wrap up though. And my God, like, you have the script up. I don't remember any specific dialogue. I remember parts that I do want to talk about. So as they're walking through and going through and talking, I love that all of these side characters are bringing in this shit of Mr. Kane's, and they're all saying things about it. And I wish I could I don't even remember specifics, but it's all like integral pieces and parts of this movie. Like the puzzles, he's like, oh, here's some old musty ass puzzle or whatever. And like there's several key items that they talk about in this way.
Later, when they do like the big pan over all of his stuff, we see his bed frame from the beginning of the movie.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's just right there. They're just talking about how he didn't throw anything away. He just kept all of this stuff, not even to look at. Like there's still stuff just boxed up. I bet I wouldn't be surprised if like the trophy is somewhere in here.
Oh, it definitely.
Somewhere.
I saw it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's another thing. Like, yeah, there's so many cool things that's in the picture there that when you go through it, because I paid way more attention to that this watch through. There's so many things there. I'm glad you mentioned that. The trophy. There's the puzzles. I'm sure there's I don't know. There's a whole bunch of stuff from what I was looking at. It was like I think maybe 4 or 5 things that I saw at the end, and like the side characters would bring it in and talk about it and go, it's just nothing. And it's just it's interesting to see like this is this guy's whole life, essentially. Like he didn't have anything except for his shit, basically.
It's I'm gonna definitely send you the script because
I think I pulled it up here.
Well, there's more to it here that's not in the movie. Kind of interesting. Like it probably just got cut, so this is probably one of the first drafts or something like that. Because like I don't remember any of this. Because like apparently Kane said to Raymond, "Do you like poetry, Raymond?" He says, "Can't say," and he's like, "Mrs. Kane liked poetry," and they just get like a conversation. And oh wow, this is actually crazy. Do you remember this? Did Raymond and Kane talk in this movie? Like a lot?
I don't know.
Okay. So he said, "Do you like poetry, Raymond?" "Can't say, sir." And he says, "Mrs. Kane liked poetry." And it says, "Raymond is now convinced that old master is very far gone indeed, not to say office trolley." And Raymond says, "Yes, Mr. Kane. Kane, not my wife. Not either of them." He looks at the grave next to his sons, the grave marked Mary Kane. Wow, yeah, this ain't in the movie at all.
No, I was about to say
He's saying this about his mom. Oh wow. Oh yeah, so yeah, none of this is in the movie now. Wow. So wow, there's a little bit more characterization of him and his mom there, and it looks like he says a poem.
I'm looking at the same script here. Yeah.
"The drunkenness of youth is past like a fever, and yet I saw many things, seeing my glory in the days of my glory." Wow, this is. Hey everybody, after you watch this movie, pull up the script and read it. See what got cut. Wonder if do they have extended cuts of this back in the day? That'd be cool to see.
That would be cool to see. This movie could do with like an extended cut, certainly.
I can't believe it's only 2 hours long.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely could to see it. To wrap up the movie though, because we're right there.
I was really trying to find what I could see there in the script. That if you all watch the movie and
Oh, I think
you
this
go to
is what you're
rewatch it.
talking about.
Yeah, there's so many little key items that they say quips about him as well, and I was like, wow, that's really cool that they kind of recall those in a way.
They see like a statue. He says that's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
money to pay for a dame without a head. Number
Yeah.
483, one desk from the estate of Mary Kane, Little Salem, Colorado, value $6. Second assistant, it's all junk.
They even have the stove from his childhood. You'll
Yep.
see that in a second. Yep.
So he said, third newspaperman, what's that? It's a jigsaw puzzle. He's got a lot of those. There's a Burmese temple and 3 Spanish ceilings down the hall. They're just talking.
Yeah.
You know, part of a Scotch castle. I remember that part.
Yeah.
Iron stove, estate of Mary Kane, valued $2.
Yeah.
Put it over by the statue. It'll make a good setup.
The fucking like that. Who knows, man? That's the thing that I love about the characters and the story of this. I do like that about the characters of this movie, and you could just think like, damn, this dude kept his stove from his childhood home. Like, of course he was a hoarder, but man, that must have meant something to him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, and it's just a stupid stove to somebody else. Like it's just a sack of shit essentially.
I mean, it's to him, it's literally nothing. He could buy a million stoves.
Right.
He has a fireplace that's 25 feet long.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So the last part of this movie, whenever they're like, did you ever figure out what rosebud meant? And he went, no. And they're like, too bad. Probably could have explained a lot of anything. And he's like, no, I don't think it would have explained anything. And this ending monologue is beautiful.
It is very, very good.
Because he says, somebody says, what about Rosebud? Don't you think that explains anything? And he says, no, I don't. Not much anyway. Charles Foster Kane was a man who got everything he wanted and then lost it. Maybe Rosebud was something he couldn't get or lost. No, I don't think it explains anything. I don't think any word explains a man's life. No, I guess Rosebud is just a piece in a jigsaw puzzle. A missing piece. Yeah. And then they're like, all right, we got to get out of here.
Yep, that's it.
And they're just throwing stuff into fire. Like there's so much junk. They're just getting rid of everything. And this beautiful, this ethereal camera work of the omnipresent camera work that doesn't appear a lot in this movie, just in the beginning and then now here at the end. Yep. Just floating over this. I mean, this looks like the room of requirement from Harry Potter.
It does.
Like, like it's just packed to the brim of just everything you could ever need.
Limitless shit. Yeah.
And they just throw something in the fireplace. We see that it's a sled.
Yep.
And then we get that slow zoom. And the fire, I bet it took them a couple tries to do this because the fire, like you can't see it at first. And at a distance, I know what it is because I've seen the movie before. But I was like, damn, how would I ever see this? And like it burns it away so perfectly where you can just see it in HD Rosebud.
Yep.
And I don't know if Rosebud is like that sled's name. I don't know if that's the brand of sleigh. I don't know if he put that on there when he was a kid.
Maybe I'm tying to it. And it make me a little emotional in a way. Maybe I'm tying too much into this movie, but I bet he just, regardless of whatever it was, I bet he was just a kid and this was his sled and he looked at it so many times. Yeah. It was just Rosebud to him.
Yep.
And I'm like, damn, man, it's just sad. Because there's things, whenever I was a kid, you look at it, that's just your thing. That's my thing. It don't matter what it is. That's whatever. And it just has that little essence of childhood in it. And especially for his, where it got, I mean, like he lived a crazy life. He got everything. He had everything in the world. But he got that taken from him. And he never got that back at all.
The loss of innocence of a child.
Yep. And I specifically highlighted the line there that he was a man who had everything and lost everything. basically. And then at the end, whenever they're throwing his shit into the fire, they say, we need to get rid of all this trash, basically, is what they say.
Yeah.
And what is seemingly, I mean, not that Rosebud's the most important object to him, but that's where his mind went to on death. That's, I mean, not his most prized possession, but like he clings on to that, just see it fucking get thrown away. That's it.
And then it fades out of the castle. Black smoke, the song, the music that's playing here. I mean, like, it's scary sounding music.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's dark. And we see the Rosebud sleigh just turn to smoke, black smoke.
Yeah.
And then it just zooms out to this big empty castle of nothing. And it goes through a gate with the big K on it, and it closes. Mm-hmm. And then it's just the ending scene is private, no trespassing, just a sign.
Yep.
And the movie ends.
And that's it.
And yeah, I got emotional. I don't think I cried, but like I could have. And I was like, just something about just life, man. Just, hitting the beginning, middle, end, and seeing the end just so bleakly, and just knowing that the last thing on his mind was just something so simple and childlike. It just it hurts.
And who even know? That's another beautiful part of this movie. Who even fucking knows, man? Yeah. He's just like, I mean, of course, I assume, I don't take it literally. I assume he's not actually thinking about the sled, but I could just picture him saying that. He's thinking about that day that he maybe got taken away from home before.
Could have been.
Mr. What's his fucking face even came there in the first place. He still had his mom and his dad, and he was out there sledding. Yeah. And he was happy as a kid before all this shit even happened.
Yeah, maybe the last day of his life. On the last day of his life, he thought about the last day of his life he can't ever get back that he always wanted to. Or it could have just been a random good day he had, and it's just tied to all of his memories all together. But yeah, we don't know. And
no clue.
Yeah, can you imagine booing this movie?
No. Boo. Can you imagine saying this is fucking has no story to it?
No plot. Zero plot.
Yeah, fuck off, man.
Zero plot.
Suck. I won't say it, but dude, you suck. You just suck bad. If you hold that opinion, I can't help you. I don't know what to do for you. This movie is hyped up beyond all measure by people who are critical of it. You and I are the only people I know personally that have ever seen Citizen Kane. Mm-hmm. I brought it up in conversation to everybody. Nobody else on this whole planet has seen Citizen Kane.
No.
And it sucks because this is our 10th episode. We've done 9 others. I mentioned this earlier, and pretty much all of them are on the something of all time list.
Something, yeah.
And we've gone through each of them. We've talked about how each of them may or may not be deserving of it in certain categories, etc. I can confidently say that if you were to say to me, this is the best movie of all time, I wouldn't disagree with you. I couldn't disagree with you at all.
Yeah.
It's that good. It is such a impactful film. It holds up so well to this day. I love everything about the characters, the acting, the ambiance, the plot, the story, the setting, the fight, the politics. I love this movie. It's emotional. It's a little bit of suspense. It's just a nice story.
A true mystery.
Yes.
It's got the noir essence of like an investigating journalist,
Yep.
It's got it all, man. And it delivers. And I went into this movie the first time and even this time, because now that we're professional movie reviewers,
right.
I was like, I'm gonna crack the case on Kane.
That's what I was ready to do. I was ready to be like, okay, I caught a little bit of magic the first time I watched this movie. There ain't no way it's going to be good this time. Yeah.
It had more.
My God. It got better.
Yeah, it got better. And
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. The most It's like the most shocking thing ever, almost.
Yeah.
The most shocking movie experience I ever had, almost. Just on the essence of like, I had heard. Yeah. Like the news had been spread to me, and I just was like, no way at all. Yep. And I was just so wrong.
I'll say I can't believe it again. I said it 2 seconds ago, but this is a movie that was put out in 1941, and it's unbelievable that it was put out in 1941.
Yes.
I wonder if did they ever do any kind of remastering or reworking of this movie? Did they ever put it in color? Did they ever did anything like that ever happen? Because I know they do that with, you know, old films periodically.
I know they did that with
I've
The
never
Wonderful
seen
Life,
anything
and
of it.
people raged.
I bet.
People went against the machine on that one.
I don't want it. It's perfect. I wouldn't change anything about this movie. I really wouldn't.
No, I don't. I don't want to see it in color. I don't think.
You could remake it today, and I think I'd be an original elitist.
Oh my God, a colorized version of Citizen Kane exists, but was never publicly released.
Wow. Interesting.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Is there a picture?
No, I'd like to see a photo of it myself.
Wow. I wonder who's got that.
It's maybe out there somewhere. Potentially.
It's lost, like the Topher Grace Star Wars edit.
Yeah. I'm indeed making the Kane poster the thumbnail of this video.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly.
Have to.
100%.
I don't even know what else you could make the poster.
But man, this movie just makes me feel so many different things too.
Man, even the movie poster, as old and dated as it is, still good.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, you gotta put you got the thumbnail's gotta be the big Kane poster, maybe with the podium in front of it. And we might be finding Citizen Kane posters to hang up above my bed.
It would be. It's so funny that like the most iconic picture of Orson Welles as Citizen Kane is him middle-aged and fat.
Yeah.
And it looks that good. Like that's again another testament to the makeup of this movie. Like it looks awesome.
It's man.
Yeah, what a movie this is.
What a movie. Watch it, y'all.
My goodness.
If y'all disregarded us and our spoiler warnings and you went and watched this video before watching the movie anyway, run it back. Go watch it.
Yep.
Go check it out. This is the fun fact I wanted to read. I'm glad I saved it for the end. But apparently William Randolph Hearst, who this movie is loosely based off of, right?
Yeah.
And he was pissed about it. Mm-hmm. Apparently him and Orson was on an elevator, and it was during the premiere. Like the premiere was that week. And Orson said, "Hey, I'd like for you to come to the premiere," because they knew each other, right? I think they had mutuals, right? Mm-hmm. And old William Hearst said, "Nah, man." And he's walking out, and Orson Welles goes, "Charlie Foster Kane would have said yes," and then went up or down, whatever it was, man. But isn't that so funny?
That's cold, dude. That's awesome.
Crazy.
That is so funny.
But funny. It's funny, like not seeing the movie and being like, "What the fuck is he talking about?"
Yeah.
I bet that would have interested me. I would have been like, "Dang it, maybe I need to go see the movie now."
Maybe I need to go see this movie. Yeah. Yeah. But I love it. I can't say enough good about it. I honestly feel like I don't know if I'll think of more. That about covers it on my end. I think I said my piece on it.
I think my favorite scene is definitely the reveal of Getty's and the affair. Just because like you get to see 4 actors at once acting really intensely.
Right.
It's in competition with, that's my favorite, like, performance wise scene and character scene. My favorite scene of like enjoyment is honestly him finishing Leland's review, because that's just, I mean, that's
those are
just
funny picks. Yep.
I like him just ripping it out of the typewriter. He's passed out drunk and he's laughing. He's weird, and he just goes and finishes. I mean, it just
feverishly typing.
And he's like, "We are talking. You're fired." Banger, banger.
Yep.
Orson Welles. Shout out, dude.
Shout out. I wish I knew more about him. I need to watch more of his stuff. I'd like to watch an interview of him. Orson Welles is one of the, I was looking up some stuff. I got down a Wikipedia rabbit hole today while I was trying to figure out some things about this movie, like fun facts, and I got to reading about the transatlantic accent. Completely.
I just remembered
completely forced. Okay. Completely made up accent. Specifically kind of for radio pioneered it. Really nobody has a transatlantic accent anymore. Like nobody even practices it, as we all know.
Yeah.
And have heard. But Orson Welles is one of the primary examples of the transatlantic accent.
Sick.
From this time period.
That's awesome. I didn't mean to soy jack on you, but I remembered my favorite fun fact about this movie. You know about the big scandal about them doing War of the Worlds on the radio and causing a panic?
Loosely.
So like
I've heard of that before.
They did a radio show of War of the Worlds and people thought it was real, right?
Right.
Which
is crazy. But
this was him. That was
really?
Orson Welles. Yes. Found that out today. I could not believe it.
Really?
Yes, that was his radio production. That was him narrating.
Wow.
And that's what made him famous. Like infamous.
Wow.
Worldwide. Like he got famous. From that.
I definitely did not know that. I definitely did not, because it's written by H.G. Wells.
Yes.
So yeah, I got the Welleses mixed up. No, that's crazy.
Ain't that crazy?
That is cool, know though. Man, I'll have to see if there's a recording of that somewhere on the internet. I think there is.
Yeah.
There indeed is. There's a YouTube video of it. I'll watch that.
We'll put that in the postcast.
That'll be sweet.
Wow. But yeah, I couldn't believe that was him, because I've heard about that for years.
Yeah, that's super cool.
And nobody's ever
that's super cool to know that's him.
I've never been like, yeah, Citizen Kane did that.
Yeah.
That's so funny. So yeah, this dude, he's one of the, just off rip. He has to be, even if this is the only good movie, he did other ones, right?
Yeah.
But even if this is the only good one,
don't matter.
He's all-time great status from this one. Acted, wrote, directed, produced.
Crazy.
His company.
Yep.
Bro.
He did it all.
He did it all.
He really did. I like the way Orson Welles looks, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. I think he's just I wouldn't even like call it, he's handsome, of course, but like I just like the way he looks. I don't even mean it in that way. Like he's not like a super striking guy.
No,
he's got something about him. Cool looking about him. Yeah, I don't know. Like I'd look at him and just be like, sweet, man. Yeah. My favorite scenes from this movie, it would be really hard to pick from. There's several. I like the ending scene a lot. Like I said, of them walking through and talking about, this is the wrap up, talking about his shit. They bring all these items out. That tickled me. I really enjoyed that.
It's good.
I really liked the scene of dialogue between him and his second wife as she is leaving his ass at the end. I really enjoyed that.
Very good.
I really enjoyed the scene of them hanging out together in her apartment for the first time. Yeah. I thoroughly liked that. And that's not the scene that I really even remembered from the first part of the movie, and or the first time I watched it. Maybe I'm a little more reminiscent of that this time, or like a little more vulnerable to it. Something happened. I don't know, but I did like that. And I think the scene of him and his first wife at the table, and it just goes back and forth. There's things about each of those scenes that I really like. Probably them at the table is the weakest one out of my picks because I don't necessarily enjoy it that much. But that part was crazy. That was a very good part of this movie, just in how it was done. This movie's extremely artistic. I imagine that this dude, even though that he took influence from other directors, he had to do something on. I mean, like, it's just crazy. I've been trying to make YouTube videos, man, and I can't fucking figure it out. Like one shot angle, you know? It's like this dude's going crazy.
Oh, I mean, I was reading they were like cutting holes in floors so that way they could get the camera pointing up, and then like busting holes in walls to try and figure out stuff.
Yeah. The camera movement's on point. Everything's nice. Because there's a lot of stagnant shots. There's some moving shots in this.
Oh yeah, there's a
with
lot.
mirrors and stuff, and it's very well done. It's very well directed and shot. Yeah, I can't say enough good about this movie. I would rate it. I mean, this is the closest to a 10 that you can get.
I'll throw.
I genuinely believe.
I'm not scared.
I'll give it a 10 for real as well. I mean, I can't anything that I could knock it on just gets truthfully absolved because it came out in 1941.
Yep.
If I would take the 1941 off of it, it would get a 9.99. I don't even know if it adds that much to it, but it is a fantastic movie. I don't have really any complaints whatsoever. It's my favorite movie that we've watched. I think I love Interstellar. Will always love Interstellar. It's historically my favorite. It's up there. It's probably just depend on the day. I truthfully, the second watch of Citizen Kane, I truthfully do think it's my favorite movie. It's just the one I'll always throw out there. I think it's got something for everybody. I love this movie. It's our most enjoyable watch to me so far. Again, which is crazy. I had fun watching this again more than any other one. Not that that's in a rare category because I did enjoy watching all the movies. And maybe I'm just big up on the Citizen Kane train right now, but it's an extremely enjoyable watch. It steals every category for me.
Yeah, it's the movie, man. If you like movies, it's because of this movie. This movie made all other movies possible. You know, so you just gotta put respect. This ain't even like, and I don't even think this is comparable for like the GOAT status. Like, it ain't like a LeBron and Michael Jordan situation where it's like, you got all these factors. It's like, no, dude, put LeBron in the 1965 league and he's doing the same shit. It's that's what it is, man. He's like, this movie, every category, it exceeds movies that come out today. It's not limited by the time at all. It exceeds everything. It set the standard and it upholds the standard. It made all the rules and it followed them to a T, baby. Yeah, it's really good. I did a quick look at all of his other movies, just like Rotten Tomato scores, which, you know, as you know about us, we don't even really care about those. But
right,
it doesn't look like he has any bad movies that he's acted in or directed and wrote. I was shocked. Yeah, I was like,
I'll have to check out more of them.
Yeah, apparently this dude was like truly a genius. But like I said, if this was the only thing he had ever done, off rip GOAT status. For
good with me.
Yep. He did it. He did it. He did it really good. Man, I can't believe he did. I can't believe he did War of the Worlds. I can't.
Yep. That is crazy.
This dude's wild.
He's a crazy guy.
This dude's wild.
Seemingly.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy to write, direct, and star in some shit like this for movie number one. What an ambitious movie.
Man. Apparently he only ever watched it one time.
That's
to completion.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's some.
My goodness.
I bet this was. I thought he had to die early or something. He lived to be 70, so, you know.
Yeah.
But I bet this put a lot of. This would be a massive weight on your shoulders.
Oh God, yeah.
I don't know if I'd say it was my most enjoyable watch. Just I had fun with a lot of other ones, but I will with respects to it, it is just, it's so good. I like this 10 out of 10 I'm giving it. It's true. I give like Back to the Future a 10 out of 10 because I just love it so much.
Yeah.
You know? But this one, it just deserves it. It doesn't need any, we're not grading on a curve here with it. You know? And you can, is what's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like if this movie walked in to take the test, people would be like, "Oh, we're gonna get a curve on this one. This is the curve buster."
Yeah.
It ruined it for everybody else, you know?
Yep. This is the movie of all time. It's it. This is I think that interestingly, I think this is one of my top contention picks that if I was on like a desert island, like that scenario, and I could only take one movie, X amount of movies, this would be up there for me. I don't know if it would be the one. There's a good chance it might be.
Dang,
because it's that good.
Bring in old Kane.
It really is that good. I like it that much. I think there's that much that you can, and I just like that you can wonder and you can think about this movie and you can theorize about some of the different parts of it and like the themes, I guess. You can get a little bit more out of the characters each time.
Here's
be like, man, what was he thinking?
Here's some meta talk.
Uh-huh.
I hate that we are inevitably going to sound like pretentious cinephiles. Because I was just thinking, I was about to say, I'm about to put this on my letterbox top 4, my 4 picks, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, man, people's gonna look at that and be like, of course you put that on there, you know? You're trying to prove something. It sucks that it has that reputation.
Yeah.
Because, like, it just genuinely is good.
Well, either we're crazy and we're just, because you and I don't agree on movies completely. Like, I don't even think it happens very often. We both generally like the same things, but we have different views whenever it comes to stuff after we've ran this little 10-week experiment here.
Our social
either we are in the minority or I don't know. I don't know how you couldn't enjoy this movie.
Are we doing tricks on it, bro?
We might be. I'm concerned. Maybe Citizen Kane's not that good. Maybe this shit sucks. Maybe there is no plot.
Drop a
plot.
Comment. Drop a comment. Let us know.
Yeah, please, God. I'd love to know if I'm glazing.
Am I spinning on it?
We could be
doing back. I look like Nightwing on it, dude. Am I doing tricks? I don't think so. You know,
I don't think so either.
I'd like to see somebody try to tell me something that's wrong with this movie, because like I tried to think of one.
My opinion, if I were to tell you this is my favorite movie and you think that's pretentious, I want you to watch this movie.
Yeah.
And I want you to tell me, because I just think that if you think that, I wonder if you've seen it. I really do. Because once again, you and I were both in the same boat before we ever saw this film to begin with, where I kept up with a little bit less, but I did see the top movies of all time, of course.
Yeah.
And this was on there. And I was always like, it can't be that good. There's no possible way it could be that good. 1941's in black and white. I'm sure I figured it would be a silent film whenever I first got into it. I was like, there's no way it could be that good.
Did you think I was taking you to a silent film?
I did. Yeah, maybe, perhaps.
Man,
I don't even know.
A little bit of lore. I was actually going to watch this movie by myself at one point. Because like I was fiending for it, man. I wanted to see it so bad. Wanted to see it in the theater experience.
Yeah, I'm very glad we got to do that. That was very cool.
And so I was in the parking lot of the movie theater, and I can't remember who now at this point, because it ended up with both of them. I think I was with Christian, and Shane said he was in town, I think. Or I was with Shane and Christian said he was in town. So I was like, I'd rather see X or whoever it was. I'd rather go hang out with them. So we just went to the restaurant right in the movie parking lot, and I didn't watch it. So I am, I'm glad that I got to see it with you. But it is funny. I almost went and saw it beforehand too.
Yeah.
I would have went twice. I would have been like, the 2 years later, I would have been like, all right, now time for you to go.
Yeah.
Do the same thing I did with Back to the Future and The Dark Knight. We gotta, you gotta see him in the big screen, man. It's different. So
it is different. But I still very much enjoyed watching this movie in my house on my TV this time. I was curious to compare the theater experience to this. Fine, good, even. Had a blast watching it. I'll actually, whenever we go to post it, I don't know if it will be you or I'm gonna post the damn Internet Archives link in the description, and you click on this shit and watch it for free.
Yeah.
Just watch the movie. I want more Citizen Kane exposure out there.
Yeah.
Because I advocate for it that much. I really do.
I'm on board with that.
No.
Last thing.
Yes, sir.
Spielberg. Apparently he owns Rosebud, the last prop.
Really?
Of the sled. Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
That's crazy. How much is that worth, I wonder?
I have no idea.
My God, I never even considered Rosebud was real. Yeah. Wow.
I don't even know how you would even. Well, I wonder how much he bought it for.
Yeah, I guess we could find that out.
$14.75 million.
Wow.
Spielberg, of course, said, "Yep, that's fine with me." Sick.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
Honestly, what a prop to have. You know, I'm sure Spielberg. Funny, you know, the rich just keep getting richer because like he has so many iconic movies. He probably has like a room of requirement of movie props, you know, of the most iconic shit. But if you had to have one movie prop from one movie, I might be glazing again. But the Rosebud sleigh is a top contender.
It would be really. I can't think of.
If we're not
just
counting like a
Citizen Kane.
Batmobile, you know,
right? Yeah.
If I can
get
the tumbler from The Dark Knight, but if I could just get like something that weighs less than 30 pounds as a movie prop, you know, Rosebud's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It is pretty good. I can't think of anything else. I'd take Rosebud over Boy with Apple, sadly.
Oh man,
I'd have to. I just want to reiterate because Google said it very good here. The Google AI shout out. It compares the sled Rosebud to the symbol of lost innocence and said the sled represents Kane's childhood and the last moment of true happiness in his life before his family's wealth separated him from his home. I think that's a very good summary. It articulated it a little bit shorter than I did.
Yeah.
But yeah, beautiful movie, beautiful film. $14 million for Rosebud. That's a steep asking, but Spielberg got it like that.
He does got it like that.
So,
wow.
Yeah. But that's all I have to say. Are you good? Do you want me to hit outro real quick? Or do you want to hit the outro?
You hit the outro because I hit the intro, but I have my own outro too. I'm gonna say it now.
Okay.
Just, you know, please let us know what you thought about these first 10 episodes because this was like we said, this was a social experiment. This was us learning how to do this. We picked these movies very carefully, and I think we did a good job. And now it's gonna be different, but we're going to just keep on learning and improving. But we made, you know, the first 6 episodes of this show,
not really.
It kind of sucked, but we made a change. We made like a big change after every single one, you know?
Yeah.
With like editing style, additions to this, feedback, listening to people's feedback, getting different equipment, you know? So let us know what you think. Is this good?
Yeah, we've definitely had some improvements.
Is this the status quo now? What do you want to do?
Yeah.
Hey, now that we've done our list, we have some seasonal stuff coming up, but if somebody recommends us a movie, we'd love to do that.
We will watch the movie.
We will do that.
And talk about it. We will put it on a big list, and we may watch it soon. We may watch it later, but we will watch the movie.
Yeah.
And we will go from there. Tombstone was so popular that this may just be the Western podcast now at the same time. So I don't know what's up with that. We'll see if Citizen Kane pops off a little bit. Would have never, if in a million years, expected Tombstone to be the #1 episode of this channel, but we're here.
I didn't think Interstellar would be the worst.
Nope.
Blew my
All
mind.
Tombstone fans out
I don't
there,
know.
I
I Google
suppose.
Interstellar every week, I guess, and I
Yeah.
might be the only one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have no clue.
Yeah. But yeah, we will this is the end of season 1, which is a symbolic season 1. We may be a little more loose with the episode structure after this. I think we really tried to like pace out like how we were, doing, not specific movies too close together.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we will now completely break that mold, but we may get a little more loose with it now that we've kind of ran through this. But yeah, it's been fun. If you still, do have any critiques or any advice that you'd like to give us, we'd love to hear it. Any movie recommendations that you have, please let us know that as well. Once again, would really love to know what you all think of our opinions on Citizen Kane, whether or not we are overhyping it, if you've seen it, or if you haven't seen it and you've made it to this point. I encourage you to watch it. And again, I would love to hear what you think. I really want to get people's opinions on this because once again, you're the only really other person that I know that has seen Citizen Kane. And I'd like to hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do that. But we will keep on keeping on with this. And we've been talking about it for a while, but we want to do some like short to medium form content, not like YouTube shorts really at the moment, but we want to do some like 10 to 20 minute videos, I would say, maybe even a little bit less, just somewhere around then. Definitely not like full podcast length, either together or separate or both. We will probably end up doing videos similar to both. I have some ideas for movie, TV show, film, kind of media related content that I would like to discuss on the channel. And I know Trinan does as well. And I think that could be good. And so, if you've made it this far, a little teaser, you can see that hopefully in the future and hopefully sometime soon. I know we've kind of been writing scripts and everything for each of our stuff in the future. But yeah, we really appreciate you guys watching so much and bearing with us for these 10 episodes now. It has been a good time. We'll keep getting better and keep on improving. I think every week we still do a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll keep on keeping on. But yeah, most importantly, we really appreciate it. We really do. Thank you for your time. And we will always never neglect that part of it. And hopefully you'll give us $1 someday every month. $1 every month. I would love to have $1 from you every month to give it to me.
I need $1. Also, coming soon, 2 spin-off shows. Now, they probably won't be weekly. It'll probably be more of a monthly, once a month. Same weekly format for the mainline cast, right?
Yeah.
We want to do another show where we invite another person on. We'll have a trio, a different guest, and we'll do their favorite movie. We're gonna have a fan favorite show, and then a more permanent guest of strange films. And we might have to do that on a different platform just to get by copyright infringement and stuff like that, depending on how we do it. But it'll be exciting. I think you'll enjoy it. It's gonna be fun to do no matter what.
We got a lot of good stuff cooking up, but that is it for me. Is that it for you?
Oh, last thing about Kane, dude. I hate that I haven't said it sooner. My favorite quote: I have and always will be an American. That's all I am. He says it multiple times.
Yeah.
Born American, lived an American, died an American. This movie was almost named The American.
That's hard.
Cool.
That is hard. Yep.
Okay. Now go watch it. Peace.
Yep. Now get in there and watch it. I think that's a good finisher. Again, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We will see you next week. Good night, everybody. Good morning, whatever time it is. Peace.